So this is the city of Mordheim. Once it was a fairly prosperous city in the Empire, but then debauchery and all that kind of nonsense settled down onto the city. Jesus, that got loud. And then in the midst of that, a great twin-tailed comet was seen in the sky, which flocked even more people towards the city, thinking some holy returning of Sigmar. Unfortunately for them, pretty much the exact opposite happened, as the comet struck deep in the heart of the poor quarter and basically destroyed the city. Anybody that survived either fled or went into hiding, and what have you. Sometime later, people started coming back to the city to see what was going on and found these crystals, these green glowing crystals just scattered throughout the city, and found that these can be used in magical rituals to do all sorts of insane stuff. Transform lead into gold, enhance somebody. Hello. Could even bring back the dead. So, of course, something like that started drawing people from all corners of the world to come and collect it. The first officially to come were mercenaries, and the like came in to collect it and sell it on to the highest bidder. But as they came in, they started to notice that Wartime wasn't quite as abandoned as it seemed. There were hordes of rat men teeming everywhere, collecting this weird stone. Which, for them, is not a magical thing used in rituals. It is, in fact, a currency, a drug, and something to power their, frankly, quite insane technologies. Among them as well were the previous residents of Mordheim, people that had lived perhaps unknown to most, or changed later on, or mutated and corrupted by the weird stone around, as well as others devoted to the dark gods, came here to collect the warp stone to sacrifice to their gods. And once this was known, it wasn't long before the holy orders of the Empire descended in an attempt to curtail the looting of warpstone, taking it and getting it out of the city away from where it can be misused. And unknown to most, the vampires also had an interest in this weird stone, sending agents and the like to collect it to use for their own dark rituals. The group that we're following is some, but also none of these. A group of ragtag individuals that all came here for their own reasons, and figured it was best to band together and get more done in a group, and well, you only have to divide the warp stone, at least you can get more. So we come on down to a small, fairly run-down, massive holes in the wall, very shitty-looking building, which the group has holed up in for at least the night, maybe longer, as they've noticed a potential prize down the street. A manor that's mostly intact, but seems to have at least one current resident. So we come on down in the morning, fairly early after the morning. Probably just had breakfast, been up for maybe an hour or so, and we'll just go on down the line. So, who is Laristae, and who is Dargy?
That is me. I'm playing the Dark Elf in the group. Yeah, you can just call me Matthew. But so, what do you want me to describe my character?
Yeah, like introduce Laristae, what they're doing, what they look like, all that kind of stuff. Yep.
Right. So yeah, my character's Larusta. She's a dark elf, obviously, and is a rogue. She has an assassin's background. Has like beautiful silver hair and is really the dark elf. It's very edgy looking, has a dark cloak. Yeah, that's Alarasta.
I like the descriptor of very edgy looking.
Yeah, that's the Druki in a
Going with
nutshell.
the Edge Lord.
Yeah, that's the Druki. They have spikes on their armor for no apparent reason, so that's the Dark Elves.
Yeah,
Just
basically.
dark elf things.
And what Larista be doing in the morning? Like just after breakfast, what are they up to?
Probably sitting in the corner and just being moody.
Sitting in the corner in the shadows, like sharpening a knife or something.
Yeah, pretty much. And
It doesn't need sharpening.
She always has a look that she's like continuously pissed off and always annoyed.
Like every other dark elf.
Yeah, like every dark elf in existence, just
Yeah, pretty much.
As we cut away from the brooding elf in the corner. What is Mange Skritch-Scratch up to?
Mange Skritch-Scratch beat strongest Skaven ever to live. He come to Mordheim, seek treasure, fortune, power. But knowing Skaven, knowing life, knowing weakness, he strives to find party of like-minded individuals who may or may not stab Mange in back, but Mange will stab them in back first if they try to stab Mange in back. Want to get pretty loot, get pretty stone, get pretty shinies, become rich, powerful.
So, Mange is a Skaven barbarian who, as I sort of did in my weird voice, is basically in Mordheim with a sense of lust for wealth and power. And he has come to join this ragtag group because he realizes that even though he is probably one of the taller and stronger among the Skaven, and he is also a black rat, that doesn't necessarily make him invincible, especially in a place like this. So he'd rather have somebody to watch his back, even though he can't necessarily always trust everyone, because, of course, he is a Skaven, and all Skaven basically think that every other Skaven is going to stab them in the ass. So, yeah, that is Mange Skritch-Scratch's backstory. He walks around with a great axe, a two-handed great axe, but he also carries a dagger on his belt for if he happens to be in like enclosed quarters and needs something that he can maneuver better. And he's running around in medium armor because he could barely afford it with the help of Rowan, who probably won't stop holding it over his head. So.
And then a good introduction. Cut over to... Oh, I was going to say the only human, but that is wrong. Yeah, so who is Rowan and what are you doing?
A man sits at the table, getting ready for breakfast, but he appears to be studying from a spell book. He practices his gestures and closes the book, realizing that others are awake. He goes ahead and looks cheery, seeing the others, and cracks his knuckles, realizing that this city is ready to be looted. For prosper, for wealth, for power. That is dear Rowan. He is the party's human magic user. My name is Sponge. So you guys can refer to me as that, but I know. Rowan's my character. He wears a bone-carved mask over his face with the symbol of chaos on the front, and doesn't really wear his shirt a lot. You guys aren't sure whether it's because he likes to brag about his abs, or if it's just that he doesn't feel like he needs it. He carries a iconic bone flail with him, and always keeps his spellbook on his side in case of danger.
And thankfully it is summer currently, so the lack of shirt isn't really that big of a deal. When it gets to winter, let's see if that maybe changes. Otherwise that will be very hard for him.
Yeah.
So, as we head away from Rowan, we head over to see Siegfried. What are you doing?
So Siegfried would begin his morning by getting up, donning his medium armor, breastplate, and just kind of shadow fighting a bit. Make sure his form is right down perfect. He came to Mordheim with a band of mercenaries, hoping to make some money off of that sweet, expensive, spooky stone. Yeah, disagreements were had, and he had to bail. Somewhere along the way, he ran to a bunch of freaks, but figured, hey, why not? Also, maybe has some enemies he doesn't want to face alone. And yeah, he's short cut, blonde hair, short beard, and underneath his armor, there's a blue trim to his clothing. Mainly wields a great sword, but also has a light crossbow and a shield that I don't know, just kind of there. Maybe it'll come in handy later.
Currently, it's not being used, but maybe
Yeah.
later.
Don't discount an occasional otter end.
And then finally, the goblin of the group, who is
Yeah.
Stacklick.
Yes, I am Stacy Blurt, a female goblin bard. She came to Mordheim, maybe just a month ago. She's been trying to survive, from a day-to-day basis, and she met this group, and she was like, "Hey, maybe I can finally, be one of the goblins who live long enough to see what does being two feel like." And yeah, she's probably, I don't know, like in the corner of the room eating as much leftovers of breakfast as she can. And yeah.
Yeah, so that is the current ragtag group. We have a couple who haven't shown up yet. They may be in later, they may be in future sessions, don't know. But
They
yes,
were
for now,
late for session 1. They shall be penalized. Off with their arms. Wait,
well, in
it's
this
a little bit too
missing a
late for
session,
one of
you
them.
lose your-
It's a little bit late for one of them.
in this game, you always get a penalty for missing a level and for missing a session, and as you lose a level up. Or a partial level up. Yeah, so missed sessions at your own peril are all ways to get a level back, but it costs you stuff. But yeah, so you guys are up. Like, what time are you guys up? Yesterday, fairly late, and you noticed this fairly decent looking, mostly intact manor, which is surprising. Not many buildings are still basically intact. You noticed some torchlight moving around, so there's at least one other person in there. So you camped down for the night. And yeah, what time would you guys get up to start this? It's like bright and early in the morning, heading out at night. What are you guys up to?
Probably in the middle of the night is when Mange is going to wake up and start, like, going around and just... Basically, he's got to be going around the house to see if he can find anything shiny. Once he's basically looted every corner he can think of, he is going to wind up just sort of... I don't know. He's not the type that would really polish his weapons very much, so he's just going to be, like, anxiously sitting by the door, looking around and seeing if anything comes out. Basically standing watch. Mostly out of boredom.
Is there any skill better than protect? No, there. You're checking around the house looking for shinies. Give me a detection.
All right.
See
Sorry,
what
you cut out a little bit there, so I didn't know what you were saying. Paul.
Yeah, it's just checking the skill, seeing if there's anything like investigation. But nope, just detection.
Action. I have the skill for it, so. Alright.
You go looking around, you can like root through drawers, rip up a few floorboards looking for hidden valuables. And you find 3 gold pieces kind of scattered around the place.
Nice.
3 gold crowns, like bent up and like quite very dusty. It's gonna take a while to clean them up, so they're not very shiny currently, but keep a merchant up dealing this stuff. Maybe you'll find one.
Yeah.
So at this point, everybody's up. And you know where the place is, you saw it last night. Yeah, how are you guys gonna head over to what is hopefully going to be your new base? Well, your base. You knew about it.
Well, guys, anyone want to do Want to do scouting one, or we want to just knock at the front door?
I don't think they're going to be very happy with us coming right up front and asking if we can have their house.
Mange is going
No,
to
but
rub his hands together and say, "We will check the outsides to see if there's any watch guards watching."
Sounds good to
that's
me.
a good first step.
Yeah, scout it.
You guys start heading your way down the street. It's a pretty short distance. You camp down not too far away, so not really much chance of running into anything dangerous. There's a lot of stuff in Mordheim, so the walk down the street isn't immediately lethal. At least for now, maybe in
Yet.
other areas, but this area is really safe.
Yeah. Oh, where are we
Yeah,
on the map, actually? Where would we be?
On the map, the little halfling dude.
Bottom left here?
That's the thing I always use to represent the group. I don't know why.
30.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
something
sleeping
that stuck.
halfling. It's just the thing I use for this is where the group is. I don't know why. I just always do.
Man of the
And-
defaults.
Yeah.
I think we all should have control of our individual tokens as well.
Yeah, you all should do. That feels. Make sure you can move, you guys.
I think I found a much higher quality version of the map, so later on I'm going to actually, I'm going to add all the place names on it for you and send it your way, so you might be able to replace this lower res one.
Yeah, this is just I found it.
Yeah. Well, I was looking for shit for the videos and shit, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, you guys are
in what
approaching it, intending to do a bit of scouting.
What is the, fucking... In what direction is the manor?
It's south of where you currently are. You guys are just like a bit of
Is
the
it
street
this
from
thing?
there. It's like it's this bit. Yeah, this is
Oh,
the
we
house.
are...
That's the prison. This is the little house that you're heading to. It's not actually that big, but that's just so you can see it on the map.
Hmm.
You're about a half hour from it, and you start heading down there. Yeah, a half-hour walk in Mordheim. It's not the safest thing, but it's also not immediately lethal, especially not for a half dozen people with weapons. You can go along and avoid the odd tentacles and barbs that shoot out of walls for seemingly no reason.
Get hit by smoke, get the fucking plague rat curse.
Yeah, the whole curse of the horned rat. Like, God damn it.
Yeah.
I walked around that. You probably see a couple like shadows that could dive out of the way as you guys approach. Yeah. As you get near to the house, what is your approach? You're going to try and be sneaky and like scout it out?
Yeah, so this is the mansion that we were looking into, right?
I know Rowan is willing to take the sneakier approach, but he's only willing to go ahead if you guys are okay with it.
Mange isn't exactly planning to sprint in.
Yeah, it'd be good to just have our sneakiest do a cursing, like kind of a casing out of the place. Just kind of see what we might be dealing with. See if you can spot other entrances, more guys in there. What could be going on?
Yeah, so I think what I could do is just scope the perimeter, go around, see if there's any multiple entrances we can find, any spots we can hide in to ambush or anything like that.
Yeah, I'd be willing to assist in that as well. Right. Shall we roll stealth then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ones that I go and just get it out and roll your stealth.
Alright, looks like we all succeeded.
Wait,
Great
so,
success on
wait, are we-
Rass's part.
Who's sneaking though? Are we? Because I thought we were sending just a few ahead, or are we going as
Yeah.
a group?
Who's sneaking ahead to scout it out? Like the rest of you could hang back, or you could all go up if you wanted.
Rowan's going ahead.
Skritch-Scratch is gonna just tag along with Rowan. Elf's probably gonna go on ahead from what I gather.
Yeah.
Just looking for any entrances, any spot, any how many people there could be in the mansion, anything like that.
As you come up to it, you see, like, in this last night, this 2-story manor, presumably also with a basement. Most places have them, especially big ones. Yeah, again, like, pretty intact. Like, quite surprising for Mordheim. Most things have at least one wall that's knocked in or a door that's gone. This one seems to be intact, although the gate that surrounds it seems to be in not as good condition. It's an iron gate left unattended for a couple of years. It's fairly rusted. Like, the main gate's kind of hanging off of one hinge. Yeah, although it does still seem to be mostly intact. Like, none of it is ripped open. It's just in general disrepair. Although you would see one like small building offset from the main one and off a fair bit. Seems like at some point like, the roof had collapsed in. It's just basically a big old pile of rubble where there was once presumably servants' quarters or something. Yeah.
Fucking shed.
Maybe over. Yeah, servants' quarters or a shed or something like that. This is the general layout of the ground floor.
This is giving me... Like, I don't even have to see any of the details to have this give me flashbacks of City of the Damned.
Yeah, this bit is where the gate is, and these are a couple of doors that lead into the house. It's like, as you're coming up, so you see like the general outline of it.
The fucking dead thing there.
Yeah. And the ruined outhouse, shared, split servant quarters, whatever. So who is actually sneaking up to the place to get a better look?
I guess I'll try.
Same.
I will be joining them.
Alright. So the three of you start sneaking on up. God, Rowan succeeding by the skin of his teeth there, fairly much. Fair. Yeah. You guys come up, you see, you kind of come up to the edge of this gate. You see, like, definitely like several areas that you can like kick in, or, break open one of the poles fairly easily to get in. You can basically
trying not to break my voice, guys.
And whoever's like kind of doing more of the scouting, looking around, roll me detection or perception if you don't have it.
Roll perception. I don't have the skill.
Yeah, if you don't, detection is the skill, perception is the stat if you don't have it.
Oh, okay, I actually do have detection then.
Yeah, the skills
Hey,
in this
I
game
passed by the
give you a
skin of my
+1 on
teeth.
the test.
I'll try. I said I'd try. Flunky mask.
Yeah, Rowan's got a very narrow field of view.
Look there. Look there.
Basically got blink.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Rowan, you'd see like the general outline, but it's still fairly dark out, and obviously the Skaven and the elf can see a lot better in nighttime than humans can. So you're kind of there, like, able to see shadows and shapes and things, but not able to make much else out as the sun has yet to come up over the walls of the city. But you two, you're able to see the house, and in fact, after kind of sneaking around a bit, able to make out a few very small green-skinned creatures kind of standing around at the doors, kind of holding like very ragtagly put together bows and small knives on their belts.
New Blurk betrayed us.
I say we just look around the other side of the building, see if we can spot any more of them, and then we get back to the rest of the group.
You look around, these grey bits are like windows that lead in. But yeah, it's fairly dark, so you need to get decently close to be able to actually see inside.
So I'm Mange is gonna wanna like I don't remember how to do this properly. There's a way to fucking like click it.
If you left click and hold your ping.
No, I'm with this fucking arrow thing to make it do like multi. There we go.
Oh, right click it, yeah.
Yeah. That kind of like far like along the fence line kind of
Yeah,
shit.
so there's like, the gate is like half open, so you could get through that fairly easily. But also, it wouldn't be too much effort to kind of like pop one of the poles off of the gate. It's like a metal, very rusted, like prism-style gate, kind of going around the place.
Question
It's
is
like
whether or not we can do it without it making a shit ton of noise.
It's true.
Just a gate of like this style.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just such.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then I would go around the outside of the gate and look in.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that.
Yeah, you can like go around the entire outside, and yeah, this would be you need to get closer to see that. But if you want to try and like pop one out and get in closer, you could try that. Or you could try and slip in under the gate without the goblins seeing you. They seem to be paying most of their attention towards the gate, although occasionally kind of looking around nervously.
Mange is just sort of gonna go with walking along the side. If you guys want to do anything fancy, he's probably not going to object, because if he did, he'd make too much noise.
Rowan walking along the side, he's kind of taking a peek at that ruin of servants' quarters and says, "You think there might be anything of value inside of there? Anything to try?"
Well, if there's goblins over there, they'd probably ransacked everything inside the building.
Not worry about shiny pretty now. Worry more about make sure kill things, then get shiny pretty.
I like the way you think. Alright. Well, if we know the three out front, is that, you guys tell me. I guess we should head back to the group.
Yeah, I can't spot anything else from here.
Yeah, do we notice anything from the back?
Yeah, you could see where the windows are, but yeah, fairly early morning.
Not spotting any additional guards or anything?
Yeah, nobody's around the back. You don't see any back doors. A few back windows that you probably break in, but again, that leads to the noise problem.
Alright.
Um,
And does it look like there's any bars and whatnot along the back fence that would be easy to break through?
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, you guys didn't roll the greatest on your perceptions. So you can see that like a lot of the bars would be fairly easy to open. You don't see any that would be like
Obvious.
falling apart on their own or anything. Yeah, it seems like any of them with a bit of muscle you could pop out, but yeah, nothing that would really stand out.
Alright.
So you got a couple of scaves, and you might be able to try like digging underneath it.
Well, actually, we only have one Skaven as of right now, because both of my Skaven brethren are the ones that didn't fucking show up.
If you'd like to give Rowan a boost, he might be able to acrobatics his way across.
It's about a 7-foot wall or so yeah, you can like lift yourself up, although there are spikes along the top of it, and they are fairly rusted, so that'll probably not be fun to cut yourself on.
It's fine. I have magic to cure tetanus.
Do you have cure disease?
They've totally,
It's magic tetanus.
they've totally invented tetanus shots at this point, right?
I mean, you guys haven't got them.
Oh, but of course we do. The prison's right over there. They must have like an infirmary or something.
In this day and age?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
The high elves maybe, but not really anybody else.
Oh, it's almost like nobody can hear the sound of dripping sarcasm in my voice.
So, what's the plan here? You guys like to toss me across, or try and dig underneath?
Go get rest of weird things. Man thing.
I'll quickly go get them, and I'll start heading back to the group to just bring them around the back.
Yeah, then knowing that the guards are there, you could like
Yeah,
kind
the cup
of
is
take
just
a route
yellow,
around
so it
that,
gets greened out by the
that you would be
green screen.
sneaking past the goblins like around here. Go around a few other houses to get to the back. They all meet up at the back of the base.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, what's the plan? Are we jumping over?
Well, I can go talk to them.
What do you think of telling them?
Yes, go talk to other green skin things. Tell them please kill faster.
Okay, so do I know that they're goblins?
Yeah, you could have like seen them as you went past, and yeah, goblins are pretty distinct. So
I
there's
mean,
not really any
he
other
wasn't
kind
with
of
us, but we
that are
probably
vegetable.
understood it at least, so we could
Yeah.
tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really any other kind of green skin that are that short. The rest are fairly large. Although, being a goblin, you also know that there's not a whole lot of places where you'll find goblins by themselves. Most of the time, where there's goblins, there are orcs nearby.
Okay, so I let the group know that there might be orcs around.
Big scary mushroom
Oh, boy.
people.
I know they're not mushroom people in this fucking lore, right?
I don't think so. It's
Yeah.
fairly vague in the lore.
That's just 40k, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the
Could
one
theoretically be
go
mushroom
into
people.
how the orcs reproduce, really.
I mean,
You ate some
female orcs
essays
are
in your
confirmed
Skaven
to exist
University.
in this universe, yeah.
I'm not good at fighting hand-to-hand combat. Mange, you protect me.
Man-Thing learned to protect Man-Thing's self.
I would.
But
Magic.
Man-Thing not make good case for Man-Thing. Keep up.
Then throw me over.
So Mange at this point just sort of turns to Siegfried, the other probably most muscular person in the party, considering he's the mercenary dude, and then says,
Both Man-Things throw Mange over. Mange lighter, Mange better.
All right.
Not even that strong, but I guess.
So you both are gonna grab me and try and throw him over.
Yeah.
Alright, so whoever has the better strength can roll a athletics with advantage.
Nurse is just watching this cross-armed and just gonna say, "Oh, this is gonna go great."
Throw him straight into the fence.
yeah, I was just waiting to say immediately fail, land on spike, impaled, fucking Mange is already dead.
Dead. Head first onto spike.
So we got a 6 and a 1.
That's a 1.
Yeah, that's a natural 1. Yep, so you guys just do the whole one. You both grab an arm, kind of swing. 1, 2, 3. And you give him a big old throw. Frankly, it's mostly Siegfried. How strong is Rowan? Rowan's above average. Not enough to get modified, but above average.
I'm like
Yeah.
5'4", so I'm not like the most heavy thing, especially considering I'm also a Skaven.
Yeah. Yeah, so you guys... yeah, with the
My
natural one.
my weapons are probably the most heavy, dense thing on me.
Then you throw him up and over the spike, and with a natural 1, you don't even have to roll to land. Just throw you perfectly over the spikes, and
Mange does a fucking pirouette midair and lands on his feet and just takes a bow. Mange,
Do
Rowan
a
just waits this time that says
silent
10.
clap.
silent clap.
Don't clap.
It's like tiny little finger clicks, like so vaguely
It's a
shut
very
silent
quiet
that you
clap,
could barely
so-
hear it. All right. So we didn't see anything in the back. I'm going to assume we're still doing this stealthily enough for it to work out. Oh boy. Another map change.
Yeah, just a bit of a closer up.
Rowan is going
Alright.
to turn to Siegfried and ask him to basically get into the stance of like getting down to get ready to throw somebody over. He's about to do a running head start.
Like, down hands to lift your foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could kind of just like stretches and just kind of works himself into the position.
Gets himself into the fucking Charlie Brown holding the football position, pulls out his legs at the last moment, Rowan falls into the fence.
Boing.
So,
It's-
think you can alley-oop Rowan?
Yeah.
Alright, roll your athletics. No advantage this time.
All right.
You
5.
can, you can click the athletic skill on your sheet, but yeah.
Oh yeah, that would be more
That'd
efficient.
probably be better.
And do you want me to roll acrobatics to land?
Yeah, and give me an acrobatics to see how well you take this land.
15 out of 18. Still a pass.
Yeah, you get
Well, if I-
thrown up and over. Like, landing not as gracefully as Mange did, but managed to land fairly heavily.
He just rolls to the side as you're about to land on top of him.
Shh, man thing, and land quiet.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't land better.
Shh.
All right.
Turns back.
We're both over the fence.
Mhm.
Is it alright if Mange sort of, now that he's on this side, sees if from this perspective any of the fucking fence posts along this edge look that like has a better chance of maybe finding something that looks like it might actually just give way easier for the rest of them to come in?
Yeah, sure. Roll your detection. If you scan along from this end,
Yeah.
see if there's any loose bolts or anything you can
Yeah,
take
only a
out.
15 out of 16 again. Exactly
Yeah,
what I
it's
rolled
not
last
easy.
time.
Rolls, man.
Yeah, it's fairly rusted. Like you could pop it off, but you don't see any way to like take out the bolt without tools.
It would all creak. All right.
Yeah.
Mange and man thing, sneak around, check out building. Rest of you go front, ready for signal. Signal probably loud noises and screaming.
I can't believe I'm gonna listen to a rat right now. Fine.
Give a thumbs up and just kind of whisper to Daciago Rossi. Is like, all right.
All the way out to the front gate.
I think you guys aren't actually hugging it, but I can't pull you any further away than that.
So since this map is a little bit different, where would the open windows be?
I think like right here, right here.
This one, and that
Yeah,
one.
there were those.
I can sort of see
there-
them now. They look like
Yeah,
they have like a
there's
little bar.
tiny one there, one there, and one over there.
All right. Mange points to Rowan and points him to go to this one over here, but just sort of says it silently. And Mange, meanwhile, is go ahead over here.
All right, Rowan is gonna try and stealth his way over to the window.
And same here with Mange to the other one.
Yep, both
Right.
you worries. And you can move you guys up to the window.
All right.
What do
Yeah,
we see?
your one's closer. And you didn't get better on your check. You guys both rolled a 12. You kind of sneak up and you can like peek through the window. See it's like pretty like caked with dirt and like nobody's cleaned up and all, but you can like put your head against it and peek through. And you see what seems to be like a study. Like bookshelves, a table with various things on it, which seems almost in perfect condition. Like everything set up exactly as you would expect for like a normal study.
From expecting the window, would I happen to find a lock on it?
These windows don't open. They're just glass built into the thing.
Okay, got it.
Like, generally in the Warhammer setting, like if windows are made of glass, they're just like a pane of glass there. Otherwise, they'll just be empty and have wooden shutters so you can close and lock.
Okay.
There aren't many places that have like openable glass.
That's some fucking high elf shit, that.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Yeah, you kind of peek in there and you see that. As we go up main, you sneak up and you have to peek your little head, peek up, you snout up against the glass as you look on through.
see.
You can see, like, initially as you kind of look around, you see this, like, small, like, sitting room kind of thing. And as you look, you don't try and peer more through it to see what's on the other side of the room, but roll me a detection.
Righty. Ah, I did better that time.
Alright.
Oh, I
Yeah, you
had
can, like,
myself muted. I did better that time.
yeah, you peek through it and poke your head in, and you look in. You're able to see sat at this presumably fairly large table, although got quite a few dents and broken bits on it, and no cutlery, just big slabs of meat on it. Is a couple orcs, one significantly larger than the other one.
Like, how large are we talking here? I get an idea of, like, is he like a 7 or 8 foot tall orc?
Well, you can see that one. Yeah, that one is sort of like the fairly standard orc around yeah,
Like 6 foot.
6 foot, 6.5 foot. This one is hard to tell through like all the glass in that, but probably
Probably like
around
7.5.
yeah, 7.5 or so.
And obviously bulkier. Alright.
Yeah, obviously bulking. You can see like a very like almost like somebody took an axe and just sellotaped random bits to it for no apparent reason. Kind of the wall next to him.
Oh boy.
Walk
Alright,
into ingenuity.
What?
I messed up the word. Shut up.
Yeah, he's just kinda,
Mange
like,
is going to
tearing
silently
big
back
slab.
away from this.
Yeah, it's just like tearing into this big slab of meat, probably about the size of your head, just kind of ripping it apart with his teeth.
Mange is going to back the fuck out of here and go try and meet up with Rowan again.
Okay. While he's doing
Try and
that,
do it quietly.
Rowan would like to also check out this window here.
That's sort of where Mange was headed as well.
Flip on over. You can see like a small dresser kind of thing, like not a dresser, like a couple of rows of shelves, like a few small knickknacks on them, and a fairly nice looking carpet. All looking fairly dusty. See a door there. And so as you're peeking through that, Means comes up behind.
Nothing in these two.
Mange is going to walk up next to Rowan and sort of just like lean into his ear and say,
Big green things in other room, taller than man thing.
Rowan's just visibly shaken, just having a rat surprise him like that. He's just, oh, okay.
Shh. Big man things, bigger than man things, size green things, eating big slabs of meat, other room, big kitchen, dining thingy.
Well, what do we want to do about that then? Do we want to take out the guys at the front?
Probably easier? What do you see?
Just a carpet, the door, and back in the previous window was a study.
Study. Mange not know how to study.
Mange sort of like scratches his like parts of him that are like mange ridden for just to think
Scratching a lot of dust and a few lice fall out.
basically. He doesn't even care about Rowan being there, so he's probably doing this all way too close to him.
I think I have an idea.
Mange looks at him and says,
What man thing think?
Try and be sneaky, but let's see if we can get a closer look at those goblins, as we saw before. And
Mange was sort of thinking the same thing, so he's gonna nod along and just like try and go around the left side.
being being sneaky.
It's sort of just, yeah, I'm gonna try and sneak around the side to see if we can spot the goblins without being noticed. Do we need to roll another stealth for that, or?
Roll another stealth. You kind of going around to like, peek around corners and that, not just
great success.
Nice.
Hey!
Nice. You guys both just kind of peek up around that.
Super stealthy trooper.
Sneaky.
One's right there.
You see one there, and you see another one kind of come out, seemingly walking around a touch, like he's stretching his leg.
Alright, so number one, it's really dark. Do they have, like, torches or anything?
No, goblins have goblins have fairly good night vision.
Alright. Realistically, does Mange think that if he managed to get behind the goblin without being noticed, that he might be able to just, like, stab him in the neck and take him out fucking Metal Gear style?
Yeah, the goblin's like 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
It won't be the thing of getting behind him. That would be the problem, because he's like, that one is... I'm pointing with my finger. Like, this one is fairly, like, back to the door, looking around, like he's looking fairly nervous, although not glancing in this direction, he's more looking towards the gate, thankfully, and looking around nervously. And this one is more wandering around, but also still looking quite nervous.
Alright, so is this one, like, looking behind him at any point, or is it just mostly, like, in...
Yeah,
fucking
on
this
occasion,
general?
he seems to be mostly concerned with the gate now. He's, like, looking around at that, going, like, flip back towards the side, and then flip back towards the gate for a while.
Alright.
Rowan turns to Mange and says, "Wasn't there 3?
Other side.
I have an idea. Well, a fun idea. I'm going to take out these 2 guys. The 2's in front of us. And if you can sneak around and take out that 3rd one, that should clear our entrance for being stealthy."
Stealthy.
Alright, Mange... Will I have to do another stealth check to run around, like, all the way opposite side?
Yeah, if actually sneaking up to him, yes, I'd say that would be another one.
Well, right now, we're just trying to do this, not get spotted by the orcs here.
Rowan, if you tried to head that way, Rowan would put your hand out and say, "Oh, just hold on, watch." And Rowan will pull out his spell book and begin reading some arcane. As he is going to go ahead and cast the spell Sleep.
Oh.
15-foot radius. So, coming from this goblin, boom.
That's 45 feet.
So, yeah,
This would be
so
15
thir-
feet.
it's
He's
a
not
15
close enough.
Yes,
He's gonna wait
could
until
wait.
he's, like, patrolling closer.
Yeah, I was going to
You could
wait for him
wait
to
a minute.
come
He's
back.
walking around a fair bit. Wait until he's like there. And... Yeah,
here,
so
let me-
what does it look like when Rowan casts out his sleep?
Rowan begins pulling out his arcane, his book, and just it starts glowing cyan as he begins reading the words on the page and doing sort of a hand gestures. And he goes ahead.
Yes, it's a 30-foot circle.
So it would have worked if he was back here then.
Yeah. We
Okay.
did it. Show the
Actually,
exercise.
if that were the case, if we moved out a little bit more, you might be able to get all 3 of them.
Book.
Yeah, 15-foot radius.
15-foot
Okay,
radius
so that-
is in one
yeah,
direction, so if you did it like that, it would...
So
Yep.
he goes ahead and starts speaking off these arcane symbols, and at a sort of high amp of him, he like points over in the general area that he wants the sleep to become effective. He's gonna roll DDM. Okay.
Yep.
So it's
That would have been hilarious.
Nat 1. All right. And here, let me
Beautiful.
roll my
There,
40.
there's no point. They're one-hit dice each.
Okay. And let me see how many hours at least they're out for. 1 hour. All right.
Yeah, that ought to be enough.
Like
It's
this.
sort of the kind of combat we're in, that ought to be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
so you
both the same.
cast that and made it, and the goblins that were a second ago looking very nervous. They're kind of skittering about, staring at the gates, kind of like their eyes grow heavy, and they just kind of slump down, kind of. So the one that's kind of walking around kind of crops down, like starts cuddling with his bow. He doesn't kind of slump against the door and slides down.
As
in a heap of
after he notices that he's fully asleep, he comes up to him, sort of gently moves him aside, like to this little spot right here, and then uses the corner to peek out.
And you're gonna try and peek into the door?
And motions for Rowan not to go out in the fucking open. And he's gonna just peek around this corner and see if he spots anything.
Is there like a sleight of hand style? Yes, there is a sleight of hand. Yep. Roll me that. If you don't have it, just a dex.
Alright, not dex then.
So you can look.
Nice.
You can like peeking open the door, looking through. You look there, you see the door on the side. You kind of peek around.
Oh,
you
these
kinda
are
see-
doors.
Yeah.
Right. I was saying to look around the outside here, go around to like the corner and look over here. Because Mange vaguely remembered him being like here.
Yeah, you peek. Yeah, you peek around the side, and yeah, you see like the edge of a bow kind of sticking out.
All right.
Like around the side of the
now I will go ahead and do another dexterity check to do what you had me do by accident. Just so it's fair. Oh, great success.
Then you do a quick peek through the door. You see this small entranceway, seemingly, and you can see kind of lean against the wall, like and like picking his teeth with these great gnarled fingernails. This large green-skinned creature.
Does he seem to be awake? Is he paying attention?
Yeah, is there like half paying attention? Seems like he's supposed to be, but he's more concerned with getting whatever that is out of his teeth right now.
He's sort of nodding off a little bit. All right.
He's awake. He's just like picking at his teeth.
Yeah. All right. So Mange is going to make sure that these doors are closed.
Yeah, that door on that side is closed, and you kind of use that one shot again.
And he is going to like crawl low stealthily, like down here, go around, and at this point, he's going to try and just sort of like see if he can leap out quickly enough and just take out the goblin in like a single shot, hopefully without it screaming out.
You sneak around over there, and yeah, you're short enough, and the windows up a bit. You can just crawl around underneath them without the orc being able to see you.
Right.
Then you get up there, and you take your axe, and you go to swing it.
Right.
And I'll roll a quick thing for the goblin to see if he's able to do this first. Nope, that fails. Yeah, so you come up around bringing in your axe and roll your attack. You can have advantage.
Advantage, you said?
Yeah, advantage because it didn't know you were there.
Alright, the first one probably then. So 11.
Yeah, we would have taken the first damage. You just do the second to hit. And 4 damage kills it anyway.
Right.
It's a goblin. Yeah, so you're gonna come around the corner just swinging the axe and head straight off.
And it doesn't scream out because it doesn't notice in time?
Yeah, it kind of like turns, sees you, and then its head is off.
Right, and you said this door was already closed, right?
Yeah, it was kind of back to the door looking around.
Alright, I quickly grab the body, drag it around the corner, and sort of hide it in this little nook here. To make sure that even if the door is open, he won't notice it. Any like excess blood
against the wall.
Any excess blood that's there, Mange sort of just like quickly turns around, leans out its tail, and sort of like quietly mops it up as best he can. and then he crawls over to this corner, assuming that the head landed like over there or something.
Yeah, the head didn't go far. You kind of flopped it off, and the head dropped to the floor.
All right, yeah. So he grabs the head too, and I need some sort of collection. Some sort of collection. He takes out his dagger, he cuts off the goblin's ear and puts it in his pouch.
Slice off this, like, very large pointed ear with like what looks like a bite taken out of it.
No, chat, I will not take off his dick. I don't even think greenskins have dicks. I don't know how the fuck they reproduce.
In Warhammer Fantasy, they do.
Yeah,
It's like
probably.
goblins are noted as, well, doing the standard things when they take cities, whereas orcs don't really care for that.
Yeah. It's an ear collection, and shut up. This is literally the guy who commissioned lewd art just to spite me. Degenerates. Anyway, getting back
So you guys
to the
have
game.
dealt with the outside guards. Two
Right.
of them are sleeping peacefully, and one, well, he's sleeping forever.
Right. So earlier, what did you mention about the gate? Like it would open?
Yeah, it's like there's a gap you can like kind of crawl your way under.
Right. So assuming that the rest of them are by the gate, I sort of put a finger to one of my lips and motion for them to come forward.
Yeah, you can look around and eventually spot them kind of like hiding, like hid back so that the goblins wouldn't see them, and you kind of like quietly gesture for them to come over.
Yeah.
So do the three of you come up and slip through the gate?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Giving him a signal was actually a lot quieter than we would have thought.
Change sometimes predict wrong, sometimes better prediction.
It works.
So yeah, we're all basically I'm gonna tell them to come up around like here so they're not in view of the windows. And then once they get up close, assuming they manage to come up stealthily enough to not alert him on their own, I'm gonna inform them that
Big green skin thing right inside, picking nose.
Yeah. As you guys come up, you hear a few loud bangs from the inside, like something smacking into the wall, and then some shoutings in Orcish.
well, that'll cover their approach pretty well.
Goes on for a couple seconds and stops. Something else is said in Orcish.
Do any of us speak
Rowan's gonna-
Orcish?
No, I don't think so. Unless the goblin does.
Well, I would assume the goblin does, because it's about the same language.
Yeah, I didn't think goblins have their own separate language. I think Goblin and Orcish is the exact same thing.
Okay, so I can understand what they're saying, I guess?
Yeah. So you'd hear like the kicking and all this. Alright, stop kicking that dang thing! He's like, well, I want to get in. Said the boss said no.
And I'm gonna tell the group, well, I think they're hurting another goblin inside the place? Or kicking it around or something?
Mange sort of just like scratches his chin, then remembers that he had his dagger out and puts it away before he proceeds to scratch his chin again.
Slits his own throat.
Give it a few seconds, there's one less to worry about. No offense.
Mange,
I'm used to it. I
Mange
see
makes
dead
a very
goblin
specific
bodies all the
point.
time.
Mange makes a very specific point to look at Stasiog and pull out the ear and show it to him.
Mange get
And you
trophy.
look to and there's a decapitated corpse like an inch next to you.
Hostage is nice. Obviously, the corpse.
I really need to boost your... Can you move your mouth closer to the microphone by a chance?
Sure, is this bit?
Yeah, you were just sort of like half cutting out a little bit, so it was hard to hear you.
Sorry about that. Right, what's the
Anyway.
plan?
Mange tries to remember if anybody in the party had any decent ranged weapons that might be able to pierce through orc helmet armor. Well,
I
You may
kind
notice Siegfried eyeing, patting the spot, checking for his crossbow to see if it's still holstered.
Yeah, you got the crossbow on your back.
Ooh, can I go see one of the goblins asleep and pick up their bow?
Yeah, it's a fairly crude-looking bow. Like, looks like the kind of thing that'll fall apart if you shoot it too fast.
Too much pressure on the bow to send off a really powerful shot will just snap the bow.
Yeah. They both have a short bow and a few arrows and a crude knife.
Mange also makes it a point, since Rowan is still over there, to point at the goblins and make a throat-slitting motion to him. To they're asleep, just stab their necks in.
Yeah. Rowan would oh god, Rowan only has a flail and a crossbow, so he's tempted to
Just put out a bolt and stab it to them.
Smash their faces in with the flail.
Yeah, the stealthiest flail possible.
Hit him in the shoulder, like, and wake up.
Yeah, they're asleep and there's no other threats. Yeah, you just kind of swing it around your head for a bit and then bring it down in the face. And they just go flat.
And then Rowan sneakily make his way over. Oh yeah, to that one.
Wow, these orcs were rolling ass to notice you guys. They're more below a 16.
Well, these orcs, they ain't too smart, but they strong.
Rowan would come back around the corner, half covered in blood, just giving a thumbs up to Mange.
It's like
Mange just gives him a thumbs up back and then looks at everyone else and motions them to come closer into the corner here, like in breaching format for the door. Like maybe one over here and one to join Rowan over there. One or two here, or two to join Rowan. Whatever.
Yeah, Rowan.
I'll go to Rowan's side.
I was actually gonna say, maybe Laraste go with Mange, and then I'll go with Rowan. That way we each have a heavy guy with a spelly guy.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, Rogue
And I
with...
We'll go with Mange then.
And then the
And then I'll just go with
wherever the fuck
Mange.
he wants. Yeah.
I assume you guys have been being stealthy around the windows.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the
Yeah.
point.
Just each time rolling.
I assume you haven't been just walking back and forth across the window.
Yeah. So, Mange, talks to the two right next to him and says, "Have throwy things or shooty things."
I'll then ready my light crossbow.
All right. He notices that, nods, and then looks to the goblin.
Yeah, I only have a short sword.
All right. Yeah, and the bows are sort of shit. So, Mange sort of
It will
shrugs
still
and
work,
points to
and
Laraste.
they are Stasioic size. They are made for goblins.
Yeah, so you could get one. It's just that would probably break if things go bad.
It'll fall apart
Okay.
after shots.
Okay, then I'll go pick up the bow.
So,
Rowan
Mange,
turns. Go ahead.
go ahead.
What was that?
Oh. Rowan would turn to Siegfried and basically tell him, "I'm gonna open up the door, and do you have a ranged weapon ready?"
I would, Siegfried would draw out his crossbow.
Good man. As soon as we get the signal, I'll open the door stealthily, and you shoot. And,
So-
Rowan,
He would
Mange
nod,
will-
and I'm gonna use adaptable to. He'll swap his maneuver to ranged for the moment.
Fucking fighter shit, man. Mange is basically going to move back here out of the way of the doorway and motion for the other two to get into positions on either door.
I'll sneak it up to around there.
Yeah, you don't need any more stealth. He's just been rolling absolute ass on his perception.
I mean, I just wanted to stealth behind the door, so.
I
He's
checked
just,
again. He got 17.
he's just sort of fallen asleep at this point.
Yeah.
Not magical sleep.
So you guys gonna throw open the doors?
Yes.
I was well, whatever they wind up doing happens.
I was planning on doing a dex to sight of hand, or trying to do it
slowly
without
open
sound.
the door and just not have it be a loud bang of the door.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Do
so
you
you
want me to
guys.
roll dex?
No, I
You
think
have
we've
sleight of
established
hand.
this orc is fairly oblivious. You kind of pull open the door and cracks to see if we can slot his crossbow through. You guys do a similar thing. Yeah. Everybody with ranged weapons, roll your attacks.
Alright.
And you have advantage because he has no fucking clue you're there.
My chat just like the goblins are dead. Crab rave.
Fumble. Oh no. Okay, good.
Alright. Yeah.
You don't need to sort out their crit damages. The crit damage is the maximum damage it can do plus your level.
Alright, so when I just hit it again.
Round it up. Yeah, so for the like, you do the max damage plus.
Max damage plus.
So what is your roll for? What is the crossroad bow roll? Is it like 1d8, 1d4, 1d6?
Oh, it's 2d4.
2d4, then the max, then it's 8 damage plus your level, which is 1, so 9 damage.
Level plus what's your dex?
Dex would be 15.
Well, dex bonus.
Alright, so that would be a +2, I'm pretty sure, because I have a 15.
And so 11 damage with the crossbow.
Nice.
Yeah, I rolled 11.
Yeah, so the door opens, the Siegfried just comes out, shot right through his head. It just drops.
No shit.
At the same time, the both of you are also firing your shots through.
Well, they might be able to just wait a moment for the first shot to go through. I mean, we haven't rolled for the goblin yet, but it looks like the other light crossbow at least has fired.
That you would kind of stagger your shots. That one goes through, and the rest of you kind of like you are braced to fire again, but you hold off from pulling it.
I couldn't. What was that? I couldn't really hear.
Siegfried fired. Or wait, was it Siegfried? No, it was. Who fired?
Siegfried fired and hit them through the head. We also had Laraste.
All right. So everybody else but Siegfried held off. Well, after seeing that he just killed him.
Yeah. Sorry, had the dog. Yeah, so the door cracked open and Siegfried just lined up a shot and straight through the orc's head. And then Laraste and Stacey Ork, who were prepared to fire theirs, will kind of loosen the arrows as they see the orc just bolt through the head and just hit the deck.
There's a quiet fist bump as he goes to reload.
Nice.
We're just like fucking. Yeah. We're like fucking surgical on this operation. This makes no goddamn sense for a ragtag team. But we're going in here just like, all right, we're Rainbow Six. Fucking get in there.
They're not known for their perception.
Misfit Team 6.
Yeah, but still, this level of coordination from such a misfit party is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
If only we
only two people even share a race, and one of them is like a mercenary, and the other one's like a fucking crazed cultist. So,
hey, it's stealth wizard to you, mister.
Man thing can't hear me. This is out of character.
All right. All right. So as the orc drops dead, Mange is going to sort of. Considering he's been doing pretty stealthy so far, he is going to motion to the elf to come with him and, like, check out the room immediately inside. See if there's anything else that we missed.
Yeah, I nod and follow you in.
So, step inside and...
Yeah, you see this, fairly smallish entryway. Like, you see, like, they used to be, like, painting stuff along the wall, but they've been, like, torn apart and, mangled like orcs tend to do to most things they find.
Oh yeah,
like big scratch marks on the wall, which seemed to be like they were trying to carve in some kind of symbol, but didn't
just
have the intelligence or dicks to do it. Yeah, like they got halfway through and went,
yeah,
they got halfway through and left to go kick a wall.
Boss is just like, hey, stop doing that shit and come here and let me take this.
Ron would politely open the door for Siegfried and do the after you motion.
Mange, assuming he doesn't notice anything that looks like it's going to kill him, walks up to the orc and cuts off its ear and then holds it out for Siegfried.
Siegfried would walk over, take it, and just be like, "Thanks, rat thing."
Mange smiles, but it's hard to see because he has a fucking snout.
Yeah. The slightest curl up of the edges of it, and like all the teeth are showing. It looks fairly scary.
Man-Thing and Mange will
More like
compare
useless.
collections later. More to kill.
Skaven's
Oh.
smile looks more like a hiss.
Yeah. Mange also turns to Laras. How is it pronounced, Steakyog? Lurk?
Oh, Stacy Oig.
Stacy Oig. Alright, so he looks to Larasti, Stacy Oig, and Siegfried and gets them up to speed about what he saw earlier in the back, which is the big-ass orc and the other orc. So basically informs them that there are at least 2 more things that they will have to kill.
So, some sort of boss of some kind. Probably
Big
very
guy.
tough to kill.
Taller than Man-Thing, taller than Elf-Thing.
Killed probably quite a few humans, maybe a few elves. Yeah, this thing could be a good kill.
Mange wants ear.
Mechanic.
And you can have that ear.
For a second, I thought Larasti called Mange dear. It's just like, okay, this is our relationship.
No, I said you can have that ear.
Yeah, I know what you actually said, but I misheard you just right.
Oh, don't worry.
The Witch
You
is
can have all
warrior.
the ears you want. And I'll make tea.
So, quick question. Are these, like, staircases going down? Is it the same thing on this side? Or does it look different?
Yeah, this bit's a wall and the staircase is going up a little bit. And then this is a door further in.
Ah, that's a door.
There's a
Alright.
door there, and there's a door at the top of the very short set of steps.
Right. Mange is going to approach this door on the right side and try and sleight of hand open it really slowly,
Yeah, so or you sleight of hand.
which I don't actually have, so dexterity.
So just
Oh, great success.
You start to squeeze it open, and as you crack it open, there is this horrific stench that just wafts through the room.
Mange doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
Mange is
you are a
used to it.
Skaven. Yeah, you're a sensitive smell, but you're also a Skaven, you're fairly used to it.
Doesn't really faze me much.
You
Oh,
keep on doing
orcs,
stuff
what a
into-
hygienic race.
Yeah. You look into what seems like there's probably stables of some kind, but in the corner, instead of where you put the horse, there's just a massive pile of shit. Not really any other way to put that.
I rolled to throw shit at him.
No,
It's probably about the size of the big orc that you saw, for an idea of how much shit there is.
Mange,
It's the big old pile of shit from Jurassic Park.
Mange, he doesn't see anything else, so he walks in straight over to the pile of shit. And he will now proceed to check the shit to see if there's anything shiny in it.
Alright, roll your detection.
As he does that,
see me open the door, you'll get blasted with
Great success! I better find a fucking magical weapon in this pile of shit.
It'll be a shitty
yeah,
one.
as he runs over to the pile of shit, I'm literally just gonna say, "Oh, please don't put your hand in the poop."
Don't put it. He just dives his hand like elbow deep into the pile and starts rooting through it.
What did I get with a
root
1?
through it, and yeah, orc digestion is pretty strong. Like, orcs are known to be able to eat a lot of stuff, but as you kind of root through it, you kind of feel something solid, and you pull it out, and you find this like a chalice.
It's it. So
Gold-
Mange is going to
golden
assuming that obviously the chalice is covered in shit, Mange is going to proceed. Is there anything like rag-like nearby that he can grab to just like try and rub it off so he can see if it's
Not
shiny?
that isn't also covered in shit.
He's gonna walk over to the dark elf and
I immediately say no and step back.
you're lucky because if you hadn't said that, he would have been like reaching out for part of your clothes to rub it off on.
Oh yeah, I know.
That, but covered in shit. All right. So Mange at least has some sort of sack, I'm going to gather, to hold this shit.
Yeah.
Not shit, but
Literally.
Not the shit, but the chalice that's from the shit.
It does have a bunch of shit in the top of it now. Unless you take the time to scoop that out.
Oh, he scoops it out shortly after Luraste backs off. And he proceeds to just shove it in his pouch and say, "My shiny."
We're gonna encounter like questing Bretonnian knights looking for that chalice.
Seek the Holy Grail.
Holy artifact.
We come with our entire company to this realm of Mordheim in search of the holy chalice. And Skaven is just gonna be like, "No, my shiny!"
Is that covered in shit?
Just skipping towards you, banging their feet together.
Knowing Mange, by the time they arrive, he will have polished it to a fucking shine. Because if it's a shiny, he wants it to be shiny. Holy shitty grail, yeah.
Holy shitty grail. That's the name of it.
Well, and with that, Mange is done in the shit room. Steps outside and quietly shuts the door. And then, is there like any like remains of tapestry or painting or something that I could use to wipe it off?
Yeah, there's plenty of remains of tapestries along the walls.
Right. So now that he notices those, he walks up to like the nearest one and just rips it off and wipes down the chalice as best he can in the moment, and then shoves it in his bag.
Yeah, you're kind of getting off the majority of it, but it's going to need a fairly thorough polish.
No time for fancy polish later.
Is the dead orc still like in the room?
Yeah, it's just like on the stairs unless anybody moves it.
I mean, the only
Should we move it to the pile of shit?
I imagine the rest of you, except maybe Stacey, like, the smell is not a pleasant one.
Roll a Constitution saving
looking a little
throw.
bit green.
Roll a Constitution saving
Still
throw
want
at
this place? We're gonna
disadvantage.
have to shovel it out later.
Yeah, thankfully, I imagine you guys have strong enough stomachs that the smell of shit isn't going to make you just collapse and start vomiting. But yeah, it's definitely bothering. Like, you're definitely going to want to get that cleaned out before you move in.
Mange has already shut the door, mainly just not out of the idea of the stench, but more out of the idea of stealth.
Yeah, you would have seen while you're in there, there was another door there. In case you had the house.
That door?
Yeah.
Alright, so after Mange does the tapestry, he walks back inside and goes up to the door. Check it, actually. So it's like just a solid door, there's nothing see-through in it.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's an oak door, there's a keyhole, and you can peek through that.
He turns and looks at the goblin and motions for them to come along because he can already see that the other ones are disgusted.
I'll reluctantly follow.
He was motioning to the goblin behind you, but he sort of just like looks at you oddly as you walk in, and just shrugs and goes back to the door and attempts to open it quietly.
Rowan will motion at Siegfried to kind of get ready to stack up on this door.
Right.
So we can move on up. As he passes the corpse of the orc he shot, anything on him noticeable?
It's like fairly beefy looking, maybe a sword, maybe a cleaver, and a shield that looks like it was put together from like hacking apart a table and then stitching it back together into the shape of a shield.
How big are the cleaver and sword?
They're big enough that although for the orc, the sword thing was probably a one-handed weapon. For you, it would be on the border of one-handed and two-handed. Like it'd be about like
handed.
Yeah, roughly like a bastard sword or so. And would be wieldly. It's not weighted properly.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one for now. Also, so for adaptable, it mentioned while you can switch around multiple times during a combat as part of it, what would count as that one combat? Would it have just been the encounter with that orc?
Yeah, that was like one very short combat. We didn't get to roll initiative because you killed him quick enough, but yeah, that would count as one combat.
Okie doke.
I mean, as you kind of peek through, you see, like, as it walks past, you see, like, the big meaty leg of an orc.
Mange
As it walks past your field of view.
quietly closes the door again to make sure that it doesn't somehow notice that he's opened it, and then looks at the other two and just sort of like does a series of motions that don't make any sense in an attempt to fucking tell them that there's one big thing back there. Like he's just fucking like, you know, like in the fucking movies when the idiot is trying to do all the weird motions with his hands and shit.
Yeah, so Maine starts having a seizure.
Yeah, basically.
Should we go in there?
He just sort of shakes his head, says, just sort of mouths big green thing to them.
Unfortunately, the mouth movement is quite a bit different to what they're used to.
He also sort of like draws out relatively the shape of another orc in front of him with his fingers.
Yeah, they're kind of like getting the idea across. And Rowan and Siegfried, what are you guys up to now that you've checked the ore?
I want to go ahead and I'm not sure about Siegfried, but Rowan was thinking about taking a quick peek inside, trying to be a bit stealthy.
Stealth's not necessarily his forte, so he'll let you take a peek.
All right.
He'll be watching. He'll watch you watch, and he'll watch you.
Yeah, Rowan's holding his armor to stop it from clinking whenever he moves.
Got it. Do you want me to roll a dex for sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm. Unless you have sleight of hand.
I do not.
All right.
You peek open the door. Well, the doors. Okay.
All right.
You hear the sounds of barking in the distance.
No.
As you kind of peeking through, you hear like a few heavy footfalls coming towards you.
Rowan will he'll kind of motion at Siegfried to get ready to get out his Zweihander, and Rowan will roll a stealth to try and just step back to here and ready his crossbow.
Do you have a crossbow?
I do, light crossbow. Here, and I'll stealth back here.
Oh.
Alright,
That's the most silent thing possible.
Yeah,
Siegfried
so-
doesn't even notice him step back.
Rowan gestures you to get out your Zweihander. You pull it out, and then Rowan's fucking gone. Like, yeah, what? No.
So not letting myself be too shaken by the sudden disappearance of Rowan, he's gonna move out his Zweihander and just kind of ready to
Adaptable.
either when
melee.
he hears noise from beyond or just like presumably from like across from us where the others are to move in, or just move in if something tries to come through the door.
All right. So back over to us. I'm gonna gather.
Yep.
So you close the door and get the idea across to them that there's a big thing on the other side of the door.
Mange sort of points at Larasti and says, like, sort of holds his hand like he's holding a gun and says, reload, basically, with his mouth.
Yeah, the rest is probably already reloaded beforehand, so.
And then he sort of steps aside, obviously trying to get you to come up to the door and prep.
As you guys are
Cool.
there, you hear a few loud bangs.
All right,
Like
quick question.
Hitting
The
something
door,
wooden.
is it opening, like, outwards in this direction, or does it open out in this direction? All right, the first way?
It's like this.
All right, okay.
You can see which way it is.
Would this be considered cramped quarters?
For what?
Like, for disadvantage of axe, should I be pulling out my dagger here?
No, this is a fairly large. This is like a manor, so it's got fairly high roofs.
All right, so he's gonna keep up his axe.
In other buildings, the roofs are lower, but this one has decently high roofs that you can swing the axe easily enough.
All right, so he's gonna hold his axe like next to him, lean against the wall as quietly as possible, and just wait for like combat of any sort to take place, and sort of like nod his head at her to actually open the fucking door.
I walk up to the door and slowly, very slowly open it. Like as I open it, I just peek my crossbow through, and if I see an orc, I'll try and nail it.
Start peeking the door open.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're doing that, Siegfried, you see the door in front of you kind of opens, and you see an orc there, like, seemingly about to say something, which then sees you. That.
Yeah, I say, hey there, and attack.
Yeah. Roll me your initiative.
Alright.
Where is the
Believe there's
initiative on the? Oh yeah, it's in the absolute top right on statistics. All right, so we're not rolling initiative over here, right?
Not yet, because it's like immediately.
Oh, I gotta. Be sure the thing is unchecked.
Before the thing is
And
what?
Yeah, uncheck the DIX thing, because otherwise it makes it an ability check, which is weird, and I don't know how to do initiative that way.
also, Zach, I
Alright,
forgot
I got
to
rid
include.
of DIX. Should I roll again?
Yeah.
No,
roll
you've
for it.
rolled a 14.
Yeah, I forgot to include my dex modifier, so it'd be 9, but still same turn order.
Yeah, so Siegfried, this orc steps through the door, and if an orc can look surprised,
There's this big, goofy face.
go on. They're like, what the hell? And you swing your blade.
You swing your weapon now.
Attack. Oh no.
You swing this white hander in, the orc just like seemingly out of instinct more than anything just brings up the shield. And just like gets thrown against the wall a bit by the sheer mass of those white handers smashing it. Yeah, then seems to recover. Do you want to move or anything? I always skip that.
If I step back a step though, it would give him attack of opportunity, wouldn't it?
Is that a mechanic in this? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There's no like 5-foot step thing, right?
You can disengage and all that. Just that if you're in melee range of somebody who has a melee weapon, they can smack you if you run off.
Yeah, I'm talking about like that 5-foot step mechanic that they had in 3.5, where if you only moved that much, it wouldn't proc an attack of opportunity. Like
You're allowed to move around them like this in a box, but
yeah, it's
But if
kind
you
of a
wanna move
house rule
like
that I tend to do that I think I forgot is that when you disengage, instead of just disengage now you can move, you can disengage, you get an extra 5 feet. So you can actually get out of melee range with just the disengage. Otherwise, you just disengage and move, and they just walk after you and catch you again.
yeah.
So I could still technically disengage even after
No,
attack.
you've done your action already.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So,
Yeah. All right. So
Hills?
disengage is
So you,
just
you
gonna
could like
stay here.
side step around him if you wanted, or you can just stay there ready to swing again.
Am I still in the area wide enough to swing my Zweihander all right?
Yeah, it's like this is a fairly large manor. Like there's enough room to swing it around. It's like a bit more cramped than you'd like, but there's enough room.
Okay, yeah, I'm staying here.
If orcs are staying here, then the roof is high enough.
Fair point.
True.
And as that recovers from the shock and just swings the massive cleaver at you. That is a natural one.
Free attack.
Yeah, so he goes to swing at you and just like does a full rear back shield like way out behind it, like the classic movie thing. Yeah, and when somebody rolls a natural one in melee, the person engaged in melee with them can make a free attack, so roll your thing. But as you rear back, you can go into jab with his right-hander.
Oh!
Oh,
Nice.
It'd be different crit damage though.
Yeah.
So I'm
yeah.
assuming combat AC is you want it higher?
Yeah.
Yeah, you still think it's D12 plus 4, so you do 16 damage as you just... And it just rears back, you just jab up through the throat. And it kind of
Alright.
goes on it for a second, another look of surprise on his face. It's like, wait, what just happened? He pulled the blade out and it like slumps to the floor, gurgling out.
Joy. So, do we notice all of this? Like, is this loud enough for us
Yeah.
to obviously know?
Yeah, you guys hear, you guys hear, well, first you hear just something said in Orcish, but Stacy Orc hears a, what the dog? And then,
So Mange, in reaction to this, is gonna, like, go around here and try and see what's going on, basically. He's gonna move to, here. But he's still gonna try and be quiet? Should I stealth roll again, or should I just move?
no, there's nobody stealth against in this section.
Alright.
Yeah, you step out and see
Yeah.
somebody, like, just pulling his blade out of its throat.
Mange sort
I'll
of
follow
does,
right
like,
behind him and see this.
Mange does a quiet clap and then motions to his ear. Or, trying to tell Siegfried to cut it off, basically.
Siegfried likes this competition. He'll like take a moment to just kind of clean his blade as he moves into the room, and then he'll take an ear.
Mange just sort of does like a both hands down, yes, kind of thing, motion and reaction.
Does Siegfried have a dagger or anything?
Shit, no.
See the
he'll
giant
try
sword-hander.
with the blade of his right hand. Oh wait, what is the orc holding?
It's a big old cleaver sword thingy.
It's slightly smaller than your Zweihander.
It's slightly smaller, but would be a lot more unwieldy because it's not weighted.
And none of us
Okay,
picked
I'll-
up any
I'll
of the
do- I'll do my
goblin
best.
daggers.
Yeah, so you kind of kneel down and like shave off, like basically take off a third of his skull, shave off the ear and a good chunk of the head with it.
Mange just walks over and just hands him Mange's dagger to do the job right.
Thanks.
And with the dagger, you pick up the
Give
flop and
back
just
dagger after.
All right.
you slop the ear off. The rest of the skull's kind of plopping back down onto the orc's face. Now their throat torn open, half of its head cut off.
Damn. Yeah, you weren't lying about combat being deadly in this fucking game. Holy shit.
Like,
Though we've
he's
also
got-
just been getting, like, crits and nat ones on, like, exactly the right sides this whole time, so we've been getting lucky.
Yeah,
I'm scared what happens when one of us gets hit, though. Like, it's just so easy to die.
the exact same thing happens to you guys.
Yeah.
Except when you guys go down to zero, you just like fall down. We find out what happened after the fight.
Oh, so we're doing it like City of the Damned style, where we roll, like,
Yeah.
damn it, like,
That's
wounds
that's how
straight.
this thing works.
Alright,
After the fight, you roll to see if you're dead, and if you're not, we roll to see what injury.
alright. Mange looks at the other two and just sort of thumbs up to the goblin and the elf.
I give a thumbs up back, and I'm going to start stealthing my way up to these doors over here.
Mange sort of like frantically like waves his hands at her, trying to get her attention before she does.
Yeah, I look back to see what you want to try say.
Mange, he remembers how big he made the orc look in his previous like finger tracing, and then he like increases it by like 2 feet and says, and sort of mouse, big orc behind there, because he sort of vaguely remembers the layout.
Yeah.
Not
All
yet.
right, so I'll wait for everybody to come to the door with us. With me, I mean.
It's like it's like the orc you saw. Like it was hard to know exactly the size from sitting down, but from the side of the roof, like it seems like he would be like just shy of like his head just scraping the ceiling.
Yeah, so he's obviously gonna be a huge boy, and we don't want to just have the elf go in alone and be noticed by any chance. So Mange is going to quietly see if he can spot I'm assuming this is a room, so.
Oh.
Right
I think
behind
this
him.
was the is
Yeah,
the
that's
observatory.
the-
That
That's the study
Study.
room.
Alright, yeah, there was
Alright,
nothing in there.
As you look at that door, you see it has clearly been kicked several times as the door's kind of splintering inwards. And,
Lovely.
a few orcs can peek through, but the doors. It seems like the door was locked, and they kept trying to kick it in.
All right.
Haven't quite got the way in yet.
Mange remembers that the other, like, he actually saw through this one, so he remembers that that's probably just like the fucking rug. He sort of looks at the other two and motions for them to come closer and is basically asking, "You ready to fight big thing?"
Rowan kind of shrugs and like pulls out his spell book. It's just, I think.
I crack my neck and just.
He cracks his neck and cracks his head.
Just snaps.
It's nice shit.
He just snaps his own neck and just dies.
He couldn't handle the idea of fighting an orc that big.
Suicide.
Shh, if you're going to die, at least do it quiet.
Sudoku.
Fucking Sudoku, yeah. Oh boy. I commit Hitokiri. Exactly 0 people in here will get that dumb joke. Alright.
Isn't Hitokiri the. Or
Yeah,
is it
the-
Haru? The
No,
female?
Harakiri is the other word for suicide. Hitokiri is the name of the fucking For Honor character. Anyway,
I thought that was a full honor reference.
it was. To Miss Whisper Bitch. Or Whisper
Alright.
Dude, because he's both genders in the game.
I
Anyway.
rolling every now and then to see if they hear you, and they have rolled absolute ass. They've not rolled below a 50. In
Oh,
D&D, they did great.
Mange is going to try and catch up with the elf and sort of try and get the others to come along.
Rowan kind of turns to Siegfried to see if he's going to follow suit or possibly check out these other 2 rooms.
Siegfried would, before, like, peeking into one of these 2, just kind of cautiously make his way around a door to the nearest one.
Mange, as quietly as possible, taps his foot out of impatience.
Which is a lot louder than normal because the claws just kind of on the wood.
Yeah, if he peeks
He
into
sort of
this
curls
one,
up
is
the
there anything?
claws very specifically, so only like the foot part of his foot touches.
You go and you peek into that one and find looks like some kind of like small servant's room.
Alright.
A shitty looking bed. I forget the name for the fantasy
Bed
toilets.
Oh, a loop?
It's like a wooden stool with a hole in it and a bucket underneath it. There's a fancy name for them, but I can't remember what it is.
Privy?
Does it come with a bidet?
Just
Just a
only
bucket.
in Bretonia.
Ah, of course. What do you see?
Shit.
A bed? A shitter?
Looks like you found your room.
I mean, it's not a. It's better than
At
what
this
we've seen
point,
so
we all
far.
know Mange is fucking sleeping in the fucking big pile of shit.
Shit pile is in bed.
Mange get more powerful the more diseases he contracts.
Hey, you're not part
What
of.
about this last room?
Fucking Skaven are basically discount Nurgle worshippers. Don't even shit with me. They basically are. Anyway,
You peek in and you find some stairs leading up. Yeah, that seems to be about it in this room.
Alright, yeah, he's gonna go rejoin everyone then.
yeah. All right. So Mange is like,
Stealth been working so far, but not work big guy. We storm in, get by surprise, stab shank, murder big green thing.
You got
they
that close to
rolled
shit.
they rolled shittily again, didn't they?
Not certain closest yet.
I could feel like I can't see the dice, but I could feel them rolling badly. my god.
But badly for who?
The orc.
The orcs.
The orc.
They can't fucking notice us talking outside the door.
That was the best perception roll they've done yet, and it was a 13. Their perception is 10.
Oh, orcs, you fucking dipshits. Alright. So Mange is going to just basically try and encourage people to what the fuck do they call it in fucking SWAT videos where they're like getting on
Stack
top
up.
of stack up
Yeah,
on the
stack
door.
up, yeah.
Yeah, basically he wants us all to stack up on the door. So he's trying his best with like weird motions to get us to do that.
I skillfully gesture Siegfried to go in front of me, and then tell whisper to Minge to also go in front to organize correctly.
Go in terms of
Always
range
up front.
witness.
So if Siegfried wants to come up next to me.
Nah, yeah.
Just getting this ready. Don't panic yet.
Just like, don't panic yet as turn order comes up. I mean, we all know what's going to happen.
Into the combat.
Stack up closer. Become the same person. Rowan hides behind the goblin somehow. Manages
See, like half his height.
Pulls out the crossbow, just like uses her head as a steady amount.
Mange sort of looks at Rowan and just like impatiently gestures for him to come closer.
Yeah,
And he does it again when he stops short. Mange
I'm
finally
gonna
gives
pull
him a
out
thumbs up.
a short sword in my left hand with the crossbow in my right.
I should stop using up all the high rolls, but yeah, I rolled 3. 18, 18, 20. If they roll this in combat, you guys would die so quick.
Oh boy. Yeah, use up all his quote unquote good high roll luck on the things where you don't want to get good high roll luck. Oh fuck's sake. Alright. Mange is just like going to look at everyone and see if they all look like they're ready and sort of just do a nod to everyone. So he looks at
not back to
Larasti.
Rowan.
We nod
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Alright, Mange basically does like a countdown 3, 2, 1, go, and it bursts open the door. Basically, as soon as he bursts open the door, he's going to attempt to charge the nearest thing. So,
First in. And
so he's
yeah,
going to
you,
attempt to charge.
you guys have been stealthy enough and they've been rolling absolute ass. You can get your free turn.
Oh boy. Mange runs in. Swing! So, of course, I actually have to roll to swing.
Yeah,
That'd
you
be a
have to
great
click.
idea. It's AC 10.
You run in and you swing it, and the orc is like, grabs like the chair you're sitting on, brings it up, and your axe digs into the chair.
Mm.
As the orc steps back and picks up a big cleaver.
Alright,
Which
what
you're not
about
sure
everyone
if it's meant
else?
to be a weapon, or he was just using that to cut his meat or something, but he's got it now.
What's everyone else doing in this breach?
With the light crossbow, Rowan would try and take a shot at Mr. Big Man. Not sure if it hit.
13, you fire that and it kind of sticks into the shoulder, but you see there's a fairly large metal plate on the shoulder, so it kind of dings off of that. Kind of looks away, got shot, and looks at you.
What about Siegfried?
Yeah.
Siegfried's gonna. What's this over here?
That looks like a
Fireplace.
small fireplace.
Is it
Correct. Not lit up currently.
Don't burn down the fucking
Siegfried's
house that we're
gonna-
trying to take. Move a bit
Oh, I was
closer, by the way,
wondering what it
Ken.
was, I'm thinking. So, Siegfried's gonna. Well, this one's distracted, currently fighting Mange. Siegfried's gonna try to flank him from the side and attack.
So you run up,
Yep.
and you guys now outnumber him, so you get a +1 to hit.
Oh, nice.
So, Roland will just manually add +1.
It should ask for a modifier, I think. But either way, that hits. Siegfried's been destroying. But thankfully, these ones were aware of a fight, so he's going to take that hit on his shield. So you're going to quickly bring up his shield, which you hit, and the shield just shatters upon impact.
So no more shield.
Yeah, progress.
Alright. How about the other two?
I'm gonna move out to around here and take a shot with my light crossbow against the big orc.
Second light crossbow bolt he's been hit with. AC 19.
Yeah, you fire that, and as he's like laughing at that one, you fire down, hits him in the gut.
Not very much damage though.
Doubles over,
Yeah, actually roll.
rips it out, and throws it on the ground. And he's now picking up his axe. Right, basically.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna head over to where Mange and Siegfried is,
You can move your own guy.
and then I'm gonna hit the. Is this an orc?
Yep, they're all orcs.
And then I'm gonna just hit the orc with my short sword.
Roll your attack, and you get a +1 to hit. You outnumber him,
Now his shield doesn't exist anymore, so he can't fall back on that.
and he's also
Wow!
racing.
Oh no.
As you went in, like darting under the mage's leg to go and stab in, the orc sees you come and just swings down the cleaver at you. And he rolls a nat 1.
Can we take an
Weapon
attack
somehow
of
just
opportunity
cleans each other
then?
off into the corner.
Yeah. I don't think opportunity attacks here are free ones, but cause otherwise that could just keep going back and forth forever. You dive in that and he swings it down.
But that would be funny though.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do something else. He still gets something. I just don't want it to end up going back and forth for a year, because that very much could happen. Knowing the roll so far. As you dive in under the legs and go to stab him, you dive yourself back. The cleaver kind of swings down and smashes into the floor. It's like jars up his arm. The orc definitely looks like he's a bit cut off by smashing his weapon into the floor. And I see several floors
Completely and
kind of
utterly
cracks
stuck
open.
into the floor tile.
Yeah. Yes, straight in, the orc's trying to pull it out. Yeah, now, all of you guys roll your initiatives. And if you click your token when you roll initiative, then it will add you to the order automatically. And untick the DIX bit.
Ooh, nice initiative.
Hey.
Well, Stacey,
I
that was
only don't feel great how close I am to that boss.
yeah. Basically,
Stacey,
untick the you untick the DIX, so you got
Yeah,
8.
you want it to be blank.
Unchecked dicks.
Yeah. Unchecked
Right,
decks. No
so
decks
the
allowed.
orcs.
No dicks allowed.
Yeah, so this guy's going to try and pull out his weapon. Right, so he kind of wrenches his thing out of the floor and is looking at you guys, realizing he is now alone facing 3 people.
Was he basically his action then?
Yeah, he had to rip it out of the floor.
Right.
And this orc's going to step up. He's going to take a big old swing at Mange. And that is an 18.
You guys that would get over my AC, right?
Yeah. You don't want to roll under AC.
I have 15 AC, so that would be a hit.
No, ass damage, that's 2.
2.
Minimum damage you could possibly do.
Well,
Mange
at
a
least I'm
Skritch-Scratch.
getting lucky, even when I'm getting unlucky.
And remember, when you take damage, you can just rage to halve it and have it going.
I don't give a shit about raging for 2 damage. Mange takes it on the chin, not literally, because that would probably be death. But
Takes your jaw off. Yeah, the orc comes roaring in and swings the cleaver and kind of swings it down. You like duck out of the way, barely skimming over you. Because you want to get staggered, so you don't actually.
He's not looking for Barber!
And then he like, kind of brings up the shield and goes to smash you with it. Oh, that was a 19, but instead it is a 12.
oh boy, that would miss. It's a 12.
He kind of rolls and swings that, and you quickly dodge out of the way with the massive shield flying past your face as well.
Just imagining fucking Matrix dodging the orc shield.
Yeah, it's not too hard to dodge orc attacks. It's just like, if one hits you, they normally fuck you up unless they roll ass.
Yeah, like these guys.
Yep. The name's Yoga.
My turn. All right, this guy just tried to give me a haircut. I'm gonna try to give him a head cut. 11.
You have not been rolling that well in your attacks. You swing if your axe and he like parries it out of the way with his big cleaver.
Is there a plus to hit from attack? From like strength?
It should be in already. Yeah, you've got +3.
All right. I'm just wondering, like, how the fuck am I rolling this bad on attacks?
You've just been rolling really bad to hit.
Um.
And they have decent AC because they do have shields.
So this guy would get an attack of opportunity on me if I tried to move here, right?
Yeah.
All right. So Mange is just going to fucking be like, take care of shieldless one, and then turns and sort of gives his full attention to not getting another haircut.
Oh,
that would be his turn.
Alright, so
right.
Just everybody.
I had a question. This door right here, it appears to be opening outwards, but would it also open inwards as well? Is it both ways?
No, the hinges are. It could open outwards, but that would involve kicking it off the hinges.
Oh, I was gonna try something here. Oh,
Yeah,
well.
you're gonna smash it
try
with
and
the door.
swing it out.
Yeah, I was gonna try and kick it and like smash into him, but oh well.
It would probably just
open it.
break off the hinges and hit the goblin at this rate.
I don't really have a lot in my inventory at the moment, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my action to reload my crossbow. And then,
putting into the Bolton.
yeah, stack up to here. Actually, stack up to here, moving past.
Just gonna excuse me.
Pardon me, I'm just gonna hide back here. Thank you.
The big boy grabs his axe and steps on up.
That's only hit AC 11. That's shit.
It rolled an 11.
Yeah. What's your AC, Siegfried?
It just comes roaring and swings this massive axe with the biggest telegraph of a swing that Siegfried has ever seen. And just easy, like, lean backwards and just whistle past you.
Like, really easy Dark Souls boss telegraph level.
Gonna fall up over his head and then swing down into the side. Roars at you at that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna step back over here and begin reloading my crossbow again.
So
That's all I can do.
Yeah, we are just reloading.
Awesome! We were down a healer. Oh, oops. Sorry. I assumed your role. Do you want to play?
Siegfried is gonna. Ooh, question.
Got the shield.
So, would swapping a weapon after I make my attack still be doable?
Normally no, but you are. Fighters actually have a thing. When you use adaptable, you can switch weapons for free. So if you use adaptable, you can. Otherwise, it's an act.
I mean, I think it's technically just per my fighter level, though. Would it have been used up when I switched to range over there?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yep.
All right.
Well, to be fair, we didn't know that they were going to be that shit.
Yeah. I had something really clever, but anyhow, I'll do the first part of my plan.
And also something you've been forgetting is that after every fight, you can take a short rest if you want, which you can use to get back ability uses.
Crap.
Well, screw that.
Good future reference.
For future reference, that's something you can do.
All right, well, I'll go through the first part of my plan, and even though this guy's big and intimidating, I want to finish off the dude whose shield I destroyed. Because I don't want to get taken from the side.
He's wrenching the clear out of the floor. You turn, swing this right-hander in. If you get another 20, or 19, yeah, you split that in just as he's wrenching it out, and he kind of like accidentally parries you as he's pulling the blade out of the ground. Jars himself on it. Oh, yay. Looks very happy that he just did that.
The orc accidentally
that
did
would have
something
exactly
cool.
killed him if that it did. Yeah, some of these will sort absolute ass on the HP.
Alright, next would be the last orc
Yeah,
that
I'm
hasn't surrounded me
chill.
yet.
So kind of scrambles on top of the table and comes doing a jumping attack down at Mange. Hey, 16.
Oh, great. Fucking great, thanks. He hits. 3 damage. Alright,
They rolled a
I
1
am
to 2
down
for their
to 8
damage each
HP.
Oh,
They rolled a 1 and a 2 on their damage.
Bastards.
Mange
Getting
doesn't even
any
make
damage
a
on me.
range to get low damage to him.
Mange is
Right.
just that intimidating.
Okay,
And these
so
big,
I'm
like,
just gonna.
6 foot are wailing on this tiny Skaven. It's doing nothing.
All right, so I'm gonna hit the one I fumbled on again.
They shield this
Yeah.
one.
This one. Roll it. Click button for
15 that
sword.
hits.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, so close. As you like dive in under Mange's leg and just stab your short sword into its side, and then pull it out, and this greenish blood just sprays out, and your staggers backwards. But it is still up. It had 7 health.
And now it's time for them two to go again.
So Mr. Shieldless, it's gonna try and smack the goblin that just the tiny little goblin that just stabbed it. Nope. At the 7.
It's like a 3.
Smashes into the floor again. Thankfully, doesn't embed it this time. And so I'm just gonna try and hit the scan. Nope. That's a 5.
Sure you want to egg them on, Mage?
Oh,
That's
of
not
course
me.
Mange does because
Oh,
he's an
Mange.
asshole.
Oh, yeah, and a note for the 2 ranged people is that when you shoot into melee, they get a bonus to AC, and if you miss, then there's a 33% chance that you reroll to hit a friend.
That's nice.
Yay!
So in the
Alright,
fight, they have +2 AC, and if you miss, 33% chance to hit them.
is there any chance that I might have a better chance of hitting the fucking dude on the table just because, you know, he's positioned awkwardly next to me?
Not mechanically, but you can do an exploit or something to knock him down easier. Remember, any attack you can try and do an exploit.
Right,
Alright.
Mange is going to attempt to swing his axe and at the same time, like, either if he gets fucking a critical somehow, just lop off his legs or at least, you know, unbalance him and flip him on his ass.
Remember, any attack that you hit on, you can declare that you're attempting a minor exploit, which can knock somebody prone, blind them for a second, disarm them, push them backwards, whatever you want to do. It's flavor how you're doing it.
Basically, I'm trying to trip him as a
Check.
result of this. Fuck!
Yeah, you swing and go for the legs, and your jumps
least it's
and
not fumble.
lands. Yeah, the jumps and lands heavily here, like crunch from the table legs as they barely manage
Greenskin's
to hold him.
actually Greenskin's acrobatic.
Yeah, it just kind of jumped and then. It's not graceful, but it avoided the attack. Mr. Rowan.
Rowan now with his loaded crossbow, he's just like, ah, shit. He aims down the sights. He'll try firing a shot. Fuck.
Yeah.
For a low D3.
Nope.
Yeah, roll a d3.
I think that's a hit.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta roll attack again though.
Yeah, so first roll a d6. That wouldn't hit any of them anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, you fire the shot and it's like skims just like you fire that just as the orc kind of leans forward, and it goes like just like kind of almost shaves.
More of my
Delta's
hair off.
face. Yeah, you almost get Mange of the shave.
Be careful, man thing.
And big old orc is gonna take another big old swing. Nope. 12. massive telegraph swings that you're just easily like ducking and diving out of the way. Like you've fought professionally trained people before. Like dodging an orc is not really that hard.
It's nice to warm up.
For the dark elf, then.
Right. I'm looking through my crossbow right now, thinking it's a little bit too much of a risky shot. So I'm gonna actually put my crossbow on the ground, if in case Rowan wants to pick it up and use it. Yeah. I currently have a short sword in my one hand, so can I pull out my second short sword in my same turn without using an action?
Normally, I'm fine just let people switch around weapons, but fighters do have an actual thing that they can switch out.
All right, then that's fine. I'll use my action for that then. If it's
you can drop weapons easily, but actually drawing out a couple takes a second. So yeah, that would be your action.
All right, that's fine. I'll position myself over here behind this orc.
Yeah, set the crossbow down, take out your blade, and go and get ready.
Yeah. All right, now it's time for Mr. Zweihander.
Yep.
Mr. Zweihander is gonna attempt this.
Very fucked up, and the big boy.
Yep, he's gonna attempt to spy the hands, or well, not specifically the hands, but spy the dude that he's been attempting.
So
I could go over to catchy phrase. I'm sorry.
I think the big boy or the one of 1 hit point.
The one with 1 hit point. Let's get this fucker out of the way.
He's like ignoring the big one as you swing. You turn and take a swing at him, and the orc like backpedals, avoiding the blade.
Fucking ace.
He's frustrating me.
On the table. 16. That hits.
God damn it! Stop it!
Yeah, the only one they can hit is Mange. They're slowly increasing. That was a 3, so 4 damage. She got a 1, 2, and a 3.
Alright, Mange isn't going to use his thing yet. He's down to 4 HP.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm going to wait until something that's going to take my head off and then try.
But remember, it lasts a couple rounds.
Oh, then hell yeah, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You didn't mention that earlier.
It lasts your con bonus. It lasts your con bonus in rounds, so it lasts 2 rounds.
All right, I'm going to do that then. Stop fucking hitting me.
Yeah, so the orc kind of smashes into your.
Should've fucking mentioned that sooner.
It glances off your shoulder, and you feel like the pain go through, and you just kind of. And yeah, so what does Mange's rage look like as this cleaver nearly takes off his arm?
Yeah, stop cutting hair! Mange doesn't have that much anyway!
Just sort of
just
spits at
the
orc and it's just like, stop cutting! No need barber!
It's like a bit of froth coming out the side of his mouth. He's just screaming. Alright, Stacy.
All right, I'm gonna go and hit the orc.
It's an on-shieldy boy who is still alive. 11 does not hit. You're like trying to stab him in the shins, but now he's aware you're there. He's very guarding his shins and like sweeping the blade around.
The hardiest orc.
Yeah, you're kind of like not getting the opportunity to stab him. He's just like swinging the blade around his feet like he's sweeping the floor.
God damn.
Can't get close enough.
Fucking him go. Don't swing at Mange. Swing at Goblin.
He's gonna swing at Stacy like he keeps trying to stab him in the shins. Nope.
Well, at least that's positive. Alright, blue boy.
Does he want to go for Stacy? Yeah, he wants to go for Stacy. No, that's a 7. Well, these blades just swing around.
Alright. Mange
is gonna be like... Mange is the only one they can hit.
Mange is going to look at the one on the table again and just sort of... What he's sort of attempting to do as a minor exploit is to get his mind off of the idea of him trying to sweep out his legs again. He's just got to spit as hard as he can in his face and then try and, like, swing out his legs again with his attack. And for once, can I get a good fucking roll? Thank you!
You just hawk a big loo, you know, it's like, trying to wipe it out of his face, swipe it and like do a big hefty cut to his leg. Like big chunk torn out of the leg, like dark green blood kind of spraying out. And then did you also want to try and skip him?
Yeah, I was trying to flip him on his ass.
So that'd be an opposed strength then?
Alright, so I roll strength, you roll strength.
Yep, it succeeded by 0. Yep. You're going to hit him in the leg, take out a good chunk, and it's kind of like right onto its shoulder.
Not so good, barber, now!
Moss is
Rowan,
surprised
it's
that
been
Mange knows the word barber.
Rowan, looking at his crossbow, he just throws it to the side and he pulls out his spell book and begins speaking arcane words as he approaches. And before he says the last syllable, he just screams, "Mage, duck!" as he goes ahead and casts Thunderwave.
Mange is going to very promptly duck.
AoE. I think Thunderwave just hits everything around you.
I was trying to. No, it's a cone here. Go ahead and post it.
So yeah, I'd say with like the warning, you would give him advantage on the save.
Okay. And yeah, it's just I'm gonna cast normal Thunderwave, so no Z specialties.
You go up, scream that, and yeah, what does Thunderwave look like?
Exactly as it
like his
appears
fucking icon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and pull it.
Big blast of blue arcane energy that shoots out.
Yes.
And that is a luck con.
Yep. No DDM.
Yep.
Alright.
So Mange, roll a luck con. You get advantage because he wanted you to duck. The one that's lying down also will have disadvantage.
So how does luck con work? I roll.
You roll luck with your con modifier. If you click on the check mark, it will say con save, dex save, strength save. You just choose the con one.
And if you succeed, you reduce your current con by 1. So your current con will now be 10.
Your luck, not the con.
Yeah.
The luck.
Yeah, not the con.
Right.
The one on the table. Wow, he rolled a 2 and a 3. So he succeeds. I don't know if that'll help him. And the other one, he was an 8. So that just succeeds. That was his target.
Okay, and I think either way, they take a. Let's see here.
They take
Save
half damage.
Yep.
So
So
it's
they just
2d8
take
damage. Half.
Yeah. So, 2d8 half. 2 damage. Wow, that was more of a thunder, just puff of air. God.
Now you're in
Magic
melee
is-
combat range.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you clap that, and like, against somebody smaller, that'll be really effective. But you also just kind of brace their feet, just kind of like
What
a
about
dog
the-
in the wind. Kind
Is the one on the table still alive? At like
Yeah, he just kind of like rolls to the side and then rolls back, trying to get to his feet.
Great.
Yeah, he rolled a 5 and a 6. So he succeeded.
Alright.
Yeah,
Well, that
Mange
would be
also
that
takes the hit.
turn.
Yeah, Mange also takes the hit, but he take half damage, so you took 1 damage from that.
Yeah. Alright, so I take 1 damage.
Yeah, you just get this blast of wind that kind of smacks you in the snout. And then Big
Say
Boy
duck
Ork,
earlier!
Big Boy Ork gets a 12.
What's your AC, Siegfried?
15.
Yeah, he's a fighter. He's got AC. Yeah, this big old's just swinging way over your head. It's like,
Well, he's got exactly the same AC I have, but I've still been getting made by the Dinky Boys.
Big boy have vision problem.
He's like swinging over Siegfried's head like he's expecting to be fighting somebody his size.
Yeah.
Oh, nasty.
Alright, yeah, so now I have my 2 short swords out. I'm gonna go right behind them and just try slice them in the back. So I'll get a +1 to the attack because Siegfried.
Currently, this has become a big bull mob. So, not really. Yeah, you guys don't really outnumber.
Alright.
He counts as 2 men. just with like, you know,
Oh,
accuracy of half of them.
Oh, nice.
Alright,
nice.
so what's the max damage that you can do with the short sword?
The max damage I can do with short sword is a d6, so 6 damage.
So
And you have 2 of
6
them?
plus your dex is 9 plus 1 is 10.
And you're attacking with both short swords, right?
Yeah.
And then your offhand
um,
you get the offhand you attack with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Roll twice.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
Oh wow. Okay.
Fuck him up.
I basically shank him in the back with my one short sword, and then as he like lurches back to try to figure out what the hell hit him in the back, I'm just gonna go for his throat and just slice his throat out.
Yeah, so as this massive orc is distracted, swinging over Siegfried's head, you run up behind like one short sword, just stab into the leg, like right through the kneecap. Like Siegfried, you see the blade come out at the other end. So like goes down on one knee at that. And he's now actually like jumps up off of him, gets on the top, and just slices the throat as he reaches over the head.
Siegfried is startled.
Yeah, you would just have the blade stick out and then an elf appear over the head and slit his throat. This blood is being sprayed directly onto your face.
So are the orcs at all flustered by the quite blatant death of their boss?
They definitely seem concerned, but they're also a bit busy right now. They'll get a morale check on their turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give a little wave to Siegfried and just take a step over to you.
Oh, you can't divide movement and attacks.
Oh, okay, sorry.
You stay
To
right
stop people from
fucking
kind
there.
of stepping around a corner, firing crossbow, and then stepping back, so you can't shoot.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
That would be
So,
that. turn.
Siegfried, you are now drenched in greenish orc blood. Turn
If,
back, fucker that refuses to get hit again.
yeah, with a triumphant cry, he's gonna take another swing at beat up boy.
Nope.
Well, you got some in your eyes.
He's kind of like, you're there, like, swing towards him, be like, everything is green. You can like, take a sec to wipe it out of your face.
Nemesis.
And this guy, oh, he wants to stay. He kind of stands up as like kind of stepping awkwardly back up onto the foot leg with a big chunk missing out of it.
Is that basically
Like-
his turn?
Oh no, it's half his movement to stand up. Set gets to his feet and swings down again. Just like the advantage of knocking somebody prone is that if somebody else in melee had gotten round to him, they'd have advantage to smack him. And he got disadvantage on the Thunderwave save, but he rolled very well. And he rolls a 5.
Mange dodges and just laughs. Not Barber! And he finally shanked this orc's leg off. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and shank him again with my short sword. Never mind.
Well, we all seem to be having trouble dealing with the one orc who has already lost his shield and is slowly bleeding out. But we managed to fucking kill the big boy in one fucking turn.
I stole all your guys' rolls.
Yeah, you stole all the luck.
And my thunder wave.
Oh, also these guys don't need to test morale yet. Mob rule. There's 3 orcs. If there's 3 or more orcs within sight, they don't test morale.
Fucking great.
Orcs.
This is the round the wizard goes down.
Who does Bleedy Boy swing at?
I think Siegfried swung at him enough, and he's like, it's an awkward angle to hit the goblin, so he's going to try and swing for Siegfried's throat.
Fair, I guess.
10.
No.
Can you? If these orcs had swap around their perception, their attacks, they would have destroyed you.
Would have been a full team party kill.
This orc just got smashed with magic, so he's going to look into the shirtless Huni that just smashed him, and he's going to hit him with the big club. Hey, 13.
That misses! Yes! 1 under my armor class. Thank fuck the wizard lives.
Just swinging with that, and you kind of like dive backwards out of the way.
I pull out my spell book to like block the blow, and just like fuck.
Yeah, I like that better. So as he's swinging, the spellbook just kind of swings in front and hits into it.
Right.
Thankfully, the spellbook is magically protected, so he doesn't rip the spellbook in half.
So Mange, seeing that he's swinging at Rowan,
Your rage is now over.
I was wondering would it be possible for me to attack the blue orc in such a way where I prevent him from taking an attack of opportunity if Rowan backs off?
You could disarm him.
Alright, so I am going to attempt to fucking knock his weapon out of his hand. No attack, man thing! And also, as much as possible, cut off his arm. Fuck!
What is with these rolls, man?
Why? Why did you have to steal all the luck, Dark Elf?
Damn Dark Elf.
Damn Dark Elf.
Yeah, so you go to swing in, and York just brings up the shield and deflects it off.
Me and my Dark Elf magic.
Alright. Rowan is gonna flavor his disengage action by just doing a backwards somersault. Just fuck this.
Is that in fact you just roll backwards out of the way?
Yeah, he'll even roll acrobatics just for flavor of it. Just like
it's a very good backwards roll.
Good job.
Thank you. And then he's just like, fuck this, and he'll begin reaching for the crossbow already loaded as his action. Or well,
you roll backwards and reach over and grab the crossbow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like picking something up off the ground and all that isn't an action. It's just drawing out weapons and that can be a little bit funky.
At least this next turn just doesn't exist.
Yeah, the guy's dead. Forgot to take him off. Hey, Laristay, you're gonna clean up all the rest of the orcs?
Yeah, I'm gonna go behind this one, and just go for another attack.
A tip: I'd recommend you standing here, because then if you kill him with the first attack, you can hit him with the offhand.
That is a good call. Thank you, DM.
Thank you, DM, for metagaming. And what?
Yeah.
Because you can step up and swing.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't actually care that much.
Alright, I'll attack the one that's on 1 HP, because he's been around for way too long.
And all of a sudden you roll 1.
Nope. Swing that.
The assumption is that if he rolls the second one, it'll miss automatically, right?
No, he can still attack with the offhand.
Yeah, I'll go with the offhand attack as well. Same guy. Crying up!
Just whiffing everywhere.
This is the luckiest orc I've ever seen.
Alright, so I'm just gonna pre-script my next thing. I'm gonna swing at Green Dude again if my turn comes around, but I'm running to the restroom.
He's getting a name.
I am gonna... Here we go. Die, red dude.
Hey! just
Finally.
as he gets the name. Just as he gets the name. Yes, as he's there, like, backpedaling himself away from an Alistair, he basically backs up into your sword.
Like, I was actually just... It's like Siegfried was just bringing it up to do an attack. I hadn't actually done
it
anything
around. Like, okay, don't you track the big guy anymore. He just walks it walks backwards onto the point. It's like, okay, that works. Push him off of it.
And, so I still have, movement, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna... Actually, well, I haven't seen Blue Guy go yet. But I kind of move out a little more into the open where I'd be able to try to, intercept a Blue Guy when he goes after Rowan on my next turn.
You just, like, step up to there and then whack him if he moves in.
Yeah, well, maybe still be over here. I wanna, if he keeps going after Rowan, come up behind him and start attacking him from behind.
You could just step up to there and then he can't get to Rowan.
Oh, true. Alright, let's do that.
I heard everything, by the way. Wireless headset. It's very useful for this kind of shit.
Nice. Alright. Green Dude.
More boomers.
Yep, there is only 2 orcs left, so now they test morale. This guy wants to stay.
Who is this guy?
This is green. He's gonna turn and try and hit the elf woman that just appeared. That's a 16.
16 will hit.
And that is 6 damage.
Ow, that actually hurts a lot.
You just swing like slices across your
You see, you've
unarmored
gotten
head.
too close to Mange, and you have picked up some of his luck now.
Yeah.
But now, hopefully, I've siphoned on my bad luck onto you, so I can get some good luck back onto me.
It just swings this cleave. You managing to duck back enough that it doesn't just disembowel you. It's still a decent cut across your unarmored midsection. Stacy, awake?
Alright, I'm gonna hit the blue guy now.
Mm-hmm. You're sounding going for the shins.
God damn it.
Are we gonna get another fucking orc humble?
You go for the shin? That is an 11. You go to stab in the shin, then he swings down, you both just miss. And the blue guy, he doesn't quite like you trying to stab him in the shin. No, roll. No,
How would
that's a
the
7.
goblin even reach the fucking orc's chin?
Yeah, she's going for the shin. Shin.
Oh, I thought you said chin. I'm like, how is he reaching that far?
Yeah, so it's like whiffing at each other, doing nothing. Oh, he didn't roll. He's meant to roll around, but he rolled a 7, so he's good.
Alright. Mange, is just like, Mange needs kill! And so he's going to, do I have any other fancy abilities as Berserker, or is it just that rage thing for now?
I think for now you get his 1 use of rage.
Oh,
you have wilderness. You have advantage on wilderness law.
on what?
Yeah, wilderness ranger is your other skill for level 1. But yeah, that's what you get currently.
So when fleeing is impossible, technically it isn't at this point, or would it be?
Yeah, you could still get away.
All right, so I can't utilize.
Yeah, that's just like
cornered
if you're
frenzy.
completely surrounded by enemies.
I mean, I was sort of completely surrounded earlier, if we count him, but
you could still slip away.
still
It's just
diagonal,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's like when it's actually you're completely surrounded by multiple
Okay,
enemies.
well, I'm just gonna fucking swing at Green Orc again. So, yeah, fucking finally! I want to decapitate this bitch.
Wait. Shield.
No!
Oh, you just cocked him, Zach. You just cocked him.
Nope, you forgot it first, and you already put the axe on. Give me that kill!
He got kill cocked.
Yeah, as you rear up with his axe and go to swing as his attractive flower stay, it's gonna instinctually beat the shield. You
Would he
smash
have
that
dropped his shield when I tripped him?
No, you didn't make him drop anything.
Fuck!
He just fell and got back up.
God damn it.
No, you just smash that shield to tinder.
The Mange just sort of like glares at him and then looks at the elf and say, "No, steal, kill."
Rowan?
This is the turn where he shoots Mange in the back.
Just Rowan gets 12, that misses. Roll D3.
Let's go D3. All right.
Doesn't
That's
hit.
Yeah, you fire that and just hits the wall.
Rowan's just like,
Alright, Arresty?
No,
Alright,
steal, kill.
Yeah, so if you
Yeah,
want
I'm gonna go for the kill. I'm gonna try kill him.
You sidestep around if you didn't want to steal the kill.
No, I'm gonna steal the kill.
Oh, you're gonna try. Yep.
Yeah. So 4 damage.
Don't steal! You just slit the orc's throat.
Mange glares daggers at you. He's still foaming from the rage. Well, no, he has foam on his mouth, but I think the rage ended.
Yeah, the rage lasted 2 turns.
Yeah.
Can I still move?
Yeah. You just can't move
Alright,
attack.
Yeah, I'll just move over here then.
Blocking off the orc's escape route.
Pretty much, yeah.
Siegfried?
Siegfried is gonna. He's just gonna go ahead and move in and engage the orc.
Break his shield so Mange can kill.
Steps in, drops to one knee.
Yep. It's I saved the best for last.
Swings the greatsword in.
And they're go.
All right, here we go.
That just barely misses AC 14.
Shit.
You swing it in and just catches and turns it away on the shield.
Well, next would be the newly dead dude's turn, so Stacy Hog actually.
Alright, I'm gonna stab the blue dude again.
Going for the shins repeatedly. Nope.
Never mind.
I think, what does Bard have at level 1? You can inspire people. Yeah. Remember, you only have one use of it right now, but you can give people a bonus on an attack roll.
Oh, I thought it was only on charisma.
Yeah, you give them a bonus equal to your charisma.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna give it to
You say
Mange.
Mange.
Yeah, so when that attack that happens, you're going to say, hey, have a +3.
Alright, yeah. You're gonna have a +3 next time.
Yeah. After seeing the result of the roll, but... Oh, after seeing the result, so yeah, I can say it misses and say, have a +3. You can also use that on yourself, but I don't. But... Alright. This orc is staying.
Fight to the
Like,
death.
a non-orc, I'd be saying they just run right now, but orcs are not known for being smart. So, yeah, he's going to try and smack the one with the big-ass sword that is swinging him. 17.
Oh.
7 damage.
Siegfried.
Yep.
7 damage?
Yeah.
Siegfried, as you step up and just barely parries that, kind of swings and it smashes quite heavily onto your armor.
Ugh.
Thankfully, the armor taking it, but you can feel like kind of bending in and digging into your ribs from that hit.
Alright.
Alright. Mange, wants to get rid of this pesky-ass fucking shield. So that's how I'm going to flavor my attack.
You try and disarm?
Yeah, I try and disarm shield. Fuck you! Fuck you, Roll20! You are the worst system!
What did I come back to?
Yeah, you're trying to like hook the axe around to pull the shield off, but yeah, you're just not able to get anywhere. That's backing up and kind of swinging wildly.
God damn it.
Rowan?
Mange needs kill.
Okay.
If you wanted to melee, you could stab from here. You'd be at disadvantage though, because there's a wall.
I'm not the melee guy, so
Reload.
I think I'm gonna. Actually, that's gonna take an action. So I got an idea. I'm gonna pick up my my mini crossbow, and oh wait, yeah, that's shit. That if I attempted to throw it, it'd also be a melee or a ranged attack, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can throw it though. It's not going to do much
already
damage.
reloaded though?
No, I'm attempting to do a exploit to either. Yeah, fuck it. Siegfried, I apologize in advance if I hit you in the back of the head.
Fuck.
Here, let me roll my light crossbow to see what I even get.
So you throw it.
Yeah, I throw it, and I want to do a a minor exploit of hitting him in the head to either make him lose balance and fall over, or to possibly stun him.
Stunning is a bit much for a minor exploit, but
I'll make him
Fucking knock the shield out of his hands!
I thought you were gonna say minor explosion, and I got
Oh yeah,
worried.
I could throw it at or throw his hand to make him either drop his or try and disarm him with his shield or his
and yeah, you throw that and like yeah, it's like improvised weapon. It would do D4 damage. No wait, it's D2 damage for improvised weapon.
plus strength or dex.
Plus because you're throwing it.
Okay. Yeah, take that.
You fuck up its hand.
And that'd be an opposed strength check to see if he drops the shield. You just throw it with all your strength and it kind of hits him in the arm. See if you manage to hit that nerve cluster. I succeeded by 14.
14. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, so it kind of hits into the shoulder and it kind of looks confused for a second and gets back into the fight.
Just start flipping him off like, yeah.
It's all.
God damn.
Yeah, this is basically this game at low level. It's just whiff.
Yeah. Come on, Elf.
Just whiffing for a year and then absolutely destroying somebody in one hit.
Alright, I'm gonna move into combat with the last orc. Go for another attack. Would I get a +1 to this because we surround him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you also have been having +1s, but I don't think it has mattered.
Oh shit.
Whoa! I'm glad at least that you've taken on my luck, so I have another chance to kill this fuck.
Offhand?
Nah, yeah, I'll attack with my offhand. Nope, still doing it. But I do have a hidden blade ability to re-roll my failed melee attack, so I'll re-roll it.
Yeah, so as you swing that blade, it misses, and this dagger kind of shoots out of your wrist. It shoots out from your armor to swing towards him.
No.
I'm kind of swing. No, I'm going to shoot out the sticks into the shield.
Well, I tried.
Siegfried?
Right,
You get +1 to hit.
Oh. Sorry,
Huh.
skipped.
Siegfried is going to he's gonna act slightly more staggered than he is from the blow and disengage out the side into this hallway.
Is that Till's technically in combat range? You would have to go a bit
Yeah,
further.
you're still in range there, so you don't need to
So
disengage.
you probably have
move
to move
to
here.
Yeah.
If you
Just
wanted to
add
actually
that,
disengage and not be
to
hit.
hit each other.
Oh, if
I mean, you could swing at him and then move there so that he has disadvantage to attack back.
that's a good point. Yeah, so he's gonna do that actually.
You're gonna swing while stepping to the side.
Yep.
And that's
You
a
get your
+1,
+1 to hit.
right? So 12.
12 misses. You just
All
swing down, gonna hit the shield again as you step sideways. You get the wall between you.
This orc, I'm just imagining this orc just like spinning on his hips, fucking blocking things all around him, just like a fucking anime protagonist.
He should be
You know,
dead.
his hair is spiky and blue.
An absolute ass. So I don't think you guys had rolled above a 10 to hit this guy. The closest was Siegfried, and he got a 13.
I mean, I hit him with one point of damage.
Yeah, you hit him with a
Remove his shield!
Alright, I'm gonna stab him again.
Nope.
Fuck!
Nope.
Alright, now his turn. Who does he want to stab?
Fucking flub it so I can swing at your face!
I think the elf who just appeared behind him. Nope.
Did he roll a 1?
No, you rolled a 6. Well,
Fuck!
a 6, you rolled a 4. Mange,
Okay, I'm giving Mange my +3.
You can say that after the roll. You can get the +3 after the roll.
Don't put that much faith in Mange yet. I'm gonna roll 1 because you said that.
Concentration is
Fucking yeah. You don't actually help Mange with it. You don't help Mange with it. You hold off for a moment.
You guys already said, like,
do?
all of these attacks is wailing on this thing's shield as he's there, like holding the shield up and backing into the corner.
I don't. Rowan's just kind of looking at this clusterfuck, just like, what the fuck?
Get rid of shield!
It's gonna. Oh god. He's just gonna spend his action reloading for right now. And just like.
Take out your own crossbow and start reloading it.
Yeah. Take out my own crossbow.
Alright,
Get into
Elf.
position.
Get rid of his shield.
All right, I'll go for another attack with my short sword.
Demonic story.
Okay.
Finally.
That breaks the shield.
Now wound him
Alright.
enough for Mange to finish him off.
Yeah, I'll attack with my
Swings around and
offhand.
hits the shield finally falling apart after the beating it's taken.
That hits.
Easy enough.
14. That would have missed, but actually, no, 14 would have hit.
Yeah, 14's
Regardless.
minimum.
So, how do you finish off the orc?
No!
You're like 7 health.
I basically just take the short. After hitting, breaking the shield, I'm gonna just put my other short sword right through his eye.
With one hand, you're going to bring it in, hit against the shield, it finally crumbling apart, and you're staggering back a bit from below. You just jump forward and just stab right through its face. Gonna ride it down to the ground as it falls.
Isn't the offhand weapon at disadvantage, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah, he got
well,
15
alright.
out of 10.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Mange watches as he dies in front of him, and then sort of turns to the dark elf, and just sort of foam comes out of the corner of his mouth. So
You're
Mange has
welcome.
ended today with only one ear, and Siegfried is ahead because he's gotten another one off of this dude to get.
Yeah, I'll slice off the ears of each one I killed just out of spite.
You got the. Hey, who killed this guy? Oh, yeah, that was Siegfried.
Speed Bumps was
Yeah.
killed by Siegfried.
Lariske got 3. Siegfried got.
Hmm.
Siegfried got 3, actually. Yeah, because he shot this one, stabbed that one, and stabbed that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
So
he
he
hasn't
doesn't-
taken the ear from that one yet, but he will.
You'd go back and take it.
Yeah.
Mange is just going to just sort of go into the corner and silently fume.
climbed into the fire pit.
So he's going to come over here and just sort of sit like on the ground with his arms crossed and just sort of grumble to himself at Queekish.
Well, we have a new hideout, so let's get these bodies out of here.
Well,
Well, at least we think we
Just
got a
upstairs.
new hideout, considering we haven't checked the upstairs, but I'm going to assume so.
Yeah, that was more of an assumption, yeah.
I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
Let's go check upstairs.
You guys want to do a short rest first?
I'm going to do a short rest. Mange is going to sit here and fume as a short rest. Every now
Yeah.
and then, in between all the Queekish, you hear just like, man thing, a knife here.
All right.
Oh,
To be honest, he's
Oh,
actually
shit.
not as pissed at Siegfried as he is as the fucking knife here.
You would see, like, if you made eye contact with Siegfried at some point, he just kind of does this, like, shrug. Just,
Mange looks at Siegfried and gives him an approving nod, but then he looks at Laraste and just sort of, like, even more foam. Just growls.
I would just laugh at it.
Ooh, that's one spell slot back. Lovely. And then Rowan will go ahead and just take out his book, just begin reading, and like have his feet propped up on the table. Give a thumbs up to Mange.
Mange sort of ignores it and just keeps Queekish, like, bitching.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill on this couch over here while we have our short rest.
yeah, so a short rest is like a minute or two as you can like bandage yourselves up and take a breather.
yeah, Siegfried's just gonna see to his bruises.
But also, you're pretty sure that if anything else was in this place, they would have heard the sounds of that fight.
Mm.
That was a fairly long fight as they go. So yeah, the house is clear of everything else. At least everything else dangerous.
Did we gain back any HP after a short rest?
You gain back half the amount you lost
Yeah,
if you go ahead and roll
During
willpower.
a short rest, but I can tell you that's basically all the fighting for the day, so you're going to get a long rest.
Alright.
So you don't need to worry about
Alright. And I'm gonna use the opportunity to go pee.
that.
I'm going Mange, after he's done with his bitching section, is going to check the entire room, like every nook and cranny possible for shiny things.
I'll assist him in that.
Oh, hey.
Right,
I'm
so
bad.
roll again, because Rowan's helping.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
same difference. Yeah. Is anybody else searching the place or searching the bodies or anything?
I'm gonna have
I'm gonna search some of the bodies.
Yeah, I'll have a look at see what's up in this area.
As you guys search around the room and search the bodies, yeah, you've got basically all the time in the world to search around. So you find kind of scattered around the room various like small shiny objects, a couple like gold coins scattered around, a couple nice looking silver chalices and stuff. You know, to be of various value, which is around 60 gold worth. Not a whole lot, but it's. And
Mange is going to attempt to take as much of it for himself as possible because he is Mange. Rowan's found some of it, and Mange isn't going to deprive him of that. But if nobody else is searching for it, Mange isn't. He's going to attempt to not tell people that he found more shinies.
I mean, roll a sleight of hand.
So AC Dex.
Yeah, just Dex then.
All right, 9 out of 15.
You managed to slip, I'd say, about 5 gold worth without anybody knowing. As far as they know, only 55 gold worth was found.
So he then after slipping said 5 gold into his pocket undetected, he's just like, "Find gold, split party." Since there are currently 5 of us, that would be 11 gold apiece. Unknowingly giving Mange 16.
And then Stacy, you were searching the bodies, right?
Yes. What do I use to roll for that perception?
You need to roll. Orcs don't really hide stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. As you're searching the bodies, you see most of them just had what they were wearing, kind of like mix of leather and bits of metal. You see a couple that are basically just like strapped plate to themselves for armor, like an actual dinner plate, just kind of strapped onto the place, strapped onto them to use as armor. But on the big orc, you see like on his side in a comically looking small pouch, but it's actually a decently sized one. It just looks tiny as fuck on his waist. This small pouch, which kind of open up, and you see these like 2 small, probably about like palm length, but probably about the width of a finger or so. These like green, which you would recognize immediately as being a bit of weird stone.
Wordstone.
Ooh.
Wordstone.
Okay, I found something.
Where is it?
Peek into that bag and see these 2 chunks in there.
I let the group know that I found some stones in a pouch on the big orc.
Mange is going to, at the sound of this, just like sort of leap over, thinking that they might be jewelry, and just like come over and be like, "Can Mange see?"
Do I know that they're word stones?
You've all been in Mordheim long enough to know what Weirdstone looks like.
Remember that Wordstone is just what the Empire calls it. The rest of us call it Warpstone, basically.
Yeah, the Skaven have. Well, everybody else has the actual name. Like the Empire seems the only ones that don't.
Because they're cool like that.
Yeah,
it's just weird rocks, weird stones.
Yeah, weird stones, you know.
I guess I'm just gonna, if anybody wants this, I guess.
How much is there?
Mange is
there's 2 small chunks of it.
Mange is going to like basically run over and try and take one of them at least.
Rowan would go ahead and raise his hand. I might be able to cook up a form of ritual for us, possibly.
Yeah,
Mange
I think
is
I'm
like-
just gonna give one to Rowan, I guess, and then second one's up for grabs.
Mange comes over and says, "Give to Mange, please."
Alright, I drop it into Mange's hand.
Right. So Rowan and Mange, give me a will test. Mange, you have advantage because you are escaping.
I have advantage on the will test. All right.
On account of being a rat man. You're though fine. You feel like a crackle of energy go off you as you touch this thing, but you slot it into a pouch.
Mange actually pulls it out and like just sort of goes back into his corner and just sits there staring at it.
Precious.
Basically, the closest thing that you can imagine, just like precious. But actually, after a short while, Mange just like sort of perks up a moment. You just see him just like jump up a tiny bit. He's still sitting, but he just like, it's obvious that he's realized something. He puts the warp stone away and pulls out that chalice and starts, I'm assuming there's like a tablecloth or something that's probably ripped to shreds, but he takes as much of it as he can, like rips it off the table and starts like actually properly polishing off the shit. Is there a way for Mange to know basically how much this chalice is worth?
Roll an intelligence.
All right. Wow, I actually made it.
Yeah, you'd say this thing will probably be... once properly cleaned up, probably 10 gold.
Nice. Mange got the most money out of it, at least. He didn't get the most years, but he got the most money.
At some point while we're looking around, I will go up to Rowan and ask, Rowan, where did you put my crossbow?
Rowan, like, you probably can't see it, but his eyes would sort of light up, but like from the gesture, it'd just be like his mask would just like come to a sudden, he like points over in the general direction, like over there.
Yeah, you look at it and you see like the bow bit of it is kind of stuck slightly into the shoulder of one of the orcs.
And why is it on the orc?
I was trying to attack them, and I was out of arrows. And it hit him.
I'll kind of punch him in the chest and walk over and collect the crossbow. And as that happens, I just say, "I'll remember this."
Elf got most ears. Elf no right complain.
With that, Rowan's gonna make his way over to the study to set himself up there and possibly get some books on.
Well, you head over to the study, you see the doors kind of slightly kicked in, but not fully all the way, and still presumably locked.
Oh, I'm gonna pull out is there a lock on the inside or outside?
Well, there was the window. And yeah, it looks like any way to unlock it has been undone by the repeated kicking done to it. It's like it's been kicked enough that the only way to open it now is to just kick it all the way in.
All right, Rowan would. He'll attempt to kick it. Great success.
He's kind of rear up, kind of brace up against the one kick with all your might. Thankfully, it seems like the orc is probably like one kick off from kicking it open. You just boot it open.
And then you hear the sound of dogs howling in the distance.
Yeah, you chunk the door.
He'll enter, take a nice breath in, just lovely.
The smell of moth-eaten books.
Lovely.
Like, went in expecting a nice fresh study, but then you realised, oh yeah, Mordheim's been abandoned for like 2 years, so the books are not in a good state.
Yeah, but the books wouldn't be that destroyed by it.
In Mordheim,
yeah, it's only 2 years.
That's how moist the room got, I think.
Yeah, Mordheim tends to fuck with things.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, be happy there's not tentacles growing out of the walls.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
I guess,
you're saying be happy there aren't tentacles
book.
of the fucking Zinch cultist.
Yeah. At least he's not a Slanesh cultist.
Yeah.
If this were a Slanesh cultist, then I wouldn't be allowed to stream this on Twitch. Chatterbait, here we go.
Yeah, I guess since this room hasn't been explored yet, Rowan will begin searching around. If anybody else is gonna come in.
Mange, in response to hearing the crack of the wood, will come over, and probably join in.
Siegfried's gonna take stock of what food's around the kitchen, and I assume over here is a pantry and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, you look around and the pantry has been absolutely raided. There's not really anything left, and yeah, the only thing that looks edible is the slabs of unidentified meat on the table.
Which have all been covered in fucking orc blood at this point.
Yeah, which are now absolutely drenched in blood.
It's pretty nasty.
Anyone up for green steak? No.
And wasn't cooked to
Green
begin
eggs and ham.
Yeah. 2-year-old greens eggs.
with. So as you guys go and start exploring your new house, you see that, like, it seems like anything that was of shiny value was already taken and like plopped into the main room by the orcs. Thankfully, some rooms seem untouched. Like, yeah, it's like it seems like they never actually went upstairs. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah, there's like the study and this room were locked, and then as you go upstairs, it just seems like they just didn't go upstairs. It might be because like the stairway's fairly thin, so it would have been a bit of a squeeze for them to get up.
So this is the up arrow. This is the up staircase here.
Yeah. So yeah, this one is from this.
All right. Yeah. So it correlates properly.
Get up to there from there. I don't know what this is called there.
Mange is going to check the study with Rowan.
Yeah, Larista's gonna investigate this room over here.
Well, as you go up, you see the door is locked. And a little bit kicked, but not enough to ruin it.
Alright.
You are a rogue, you can try and lockpick it.
Yeah, I was gonna try and lockpick it. So that's a traps and locks check, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, there you go.
You go down and
easy ass
immediately. Yeah, the lock's like very basic and you just open.
Alright.
Peek into what used to be like a small storeroom kind of thing. It's a nice rug. A little bit fluffy, a little bit moth-eaten, but seems mostly fine.
Is there anything valuable in the room or anything like that?
Roll a detection. Perception if you don't have it.
Aha!
You found
Nice.
the hidden treasure that isn't in the pile of shit.
Yeah, so you go looking around, you can like check through all the drawers, and look through the shelves at like these bottles of what looks like it was probably once something, but is now long since gone away to the point where it's not going to be anything besides sludge. You can look through some of the things, and you find like in like a drawer and one thing that's kind of stuck. You kind of yank that open, and you find a small nice necklace in there.
Yeah, I'll pocket it.
It's like nice and decorative, kind of silver. Obviously, it's nothing compared to elven craftsmanship, but it's decent for as far as human standards. Yeah. As you guys are checking the study, you can like shifting through drawers and all that, kind of yanking them open if they're locked. Yeah, they don't have that good locks, so yeah, fairly easy to open them up.
Okay.
In one, you find a small tome. Small book in one of the drawers that was locked, which seems to be untouched by whatever it was that destroyed all the other books on the shelves.
Ooh, Ron will take a peek at that.
Yeah. So you look through it, and what languages do you read?
I have arcane lore, but I have dark tongue and Queekish as well as.
Yeah, so as you look through it, roll an arcane lore.
5 degrees of success.
So as you look through it, you're like, oh, you notice it's written in a cipher, but you also notice it's a fairly common cipher. It's like what most like mages write their spellbooks in.
Mm-hmm.
A slight variation to a bit. Yeah, you could decode this decently easier given a bit of time.
All right, wonderful.
Does Mange
yeah.
notice anything that would either be interesting for Mange or the mage?
Yeah, nothing else looks shiny in here.
Mange just sort of ruffs and starts to head upstairs.
There's like a brass candle holder, which might once have been shiny, but is long past since being shiny.
Since it isn't shiny,
Rowan,
Mage doesn't notice it.
Rowan would go ahead and stick his arm out and say, "Oh yeah. You you remember when I went ahead and helped you pay for that armor, eh?"
He just sort of looks at him. He pulls out the chalice that he hasn't completely finished rubbing of shit at this point, and just sort of grunts a little bit and tosses it at Rowan, and then starts walking away.
And Rowan will yell back, Once you're done searching around, come back to me, and I might be able to do something with that warp stone." And he'll begin. Yeah, Rowan's gonna go ahead and set up a mini weird stone ritual table, like here if possible.
That you can
Try to.
Yeah, like push the table to the side, get out some chalk, and start doing some things.
Mm-hmm.
Siegfried's gonna head upstairs and invite Stacy up if they want to come.
Yeah, I'll come up.
All right.
Mage
Probably from
go
the
upstairs
passageway
this way.
closest to us.
Yeah, there's there's only the one stairway to actually get up there proper.
All right.
Yeah.
So which
That
way do I?
This way leads into this room, and this way leads into that room. Yeah, so you guys.
Sorry, I was down here when you pointed. So this way.
I'll just like up by the stairs.
All right.
Is there a way to get in here through here?
No, that's a wall.
So this is just its own self-contained room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What am I spotting in here?
It's a very small, cramped room. Looks like it's in. Actually, main role I don't imagine you have the laws. So yeah, roll intelligence.
What kind of lore?
The
I have
It's like
animal
on
and
the
wilderness
cusp.
lore, but that's
yeah,
it.
it'll be on the cusp of either arcane or general, but I don't think you have either. So just intelligence.
Just intelligence. Great. Nope.
You find this small room with like a chair and a small table in it, and nothing shiny.
Nothing shiny. Maybe just like maybe man things will like. Goes back downstairs. He's going to then proceed to go back into the main room and head upstairs. So this one is 3 or 4?
Yes, so 3 is the like circle tower staircase, and 2 leads to here.
Well, what
Can
about
also
this
get-
staircase?
That leads to the basement.
Ah, that goes down. Alright, never mind then. He's gonna be going up too then.
From where Siegfried and Stacy are, we're gonna start checking out these rooms.
Yeah, so you guys start checking through the rooms, and I think fairly quickly notice like the telltale signs of like clever looters. So like everything isn't wrecked like most of the downstairs room, but really everything of value has kind of already been taken.
Mm.
So from Stacy you can tell like they sent the goblins up to get all the shiny stuff,
Mm,
so they didn't have to try and squeeze up the stairway.
Ooh,
Mange
that
is,
could be still stashed somewhere.
Is there any like markings or anything on the wall that's sort of telltale of this being interesting? Like, can I see anything from the hallway here that looks cool?
Not really, not from the hallway.
Alright, I'm
It's
going to
nice.
assume they're already in some of these other rooms and sort of just walk past them. I don't think anybody's gotten into this one yet. Actually, no, they've checked all of them at this point, right? By the time I've gotten up here.
Yeah, they've been up there a decent while. They've been checking around all the rooms. He's gonna squeeze past them as they're checking the room.
Alright. What is this stuff right here? I can't really tell what it is.
I think This is like a very small fireplace to kind of like warm things up more than anything. I think this is like it's more like a shelving bit to kind of like put coats and stuff.
Are any of the coats shiny?
There are currently not any coats in it.
Then they are not shiny. Ninja is going to head into this room.
You step into what would seem to be like kind of the master bedroom. So like very nice sheets, a table, a desk, some chairs. It's a fairly nice human room.
It looks pretty. Mange likes it. Mange starts pissing on the doorway to mark his territory.
Mange just claimed his room.
Shit, I saw the eagle. I was like, oh, you gotta get there.
Then you should have said you went there.
I shoulda.
It's the biggest. It seems like it's the biggest.
But it just made more sense in characters. Like, oh, I see doors right in front of me.
Yeah. As you come out the room, you like smell something. You look over and you see Mange kind of against the door with his leg up. Thankfully, if it's back to you.
just kind of sigh and like walk away.
It's like a full view of my asshole.
I mean, there's a tape in the way. You don't really get a full view. You get a partial view.
See you later. He just has an eye patch.
You get a partial view and quickly turn yourself away so you don't see more. Don't see anything that'll scar you for life.
After he finishes pissing on it, he takes out his dagger and does his best attempt at drawing the same sort of rat skull symbol that he has on his chest on the door.
I thought you were going to do the Skaven symbol because that's a lot easier.
Yeah, he does that, and then he fucking does the other thing on top of it.
Just roll a dex. See how well you do.
What? Can I get advantage since I'm just taking my time with it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, you kind of start off, you're like, no, wait, and slow down, take your time. You start slowly carving out the symbol.
Mange artist!
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking symbol that smells like piss.
Oh, the symbol doesn't smell like piss, it's just the room.
Yeah, true.
How much progress is Rowan on his ritual room so far?
Yeah, you're like still setting it up. It takes a fair while to set up a ritual room.
All right.
After Mange finishes with all of this, I don't know how long this is actually going to all take, but afterwards he's gonna head back down and go to Rowan because he had mentioned to come back and chill out.
Yeah, so it's Stacy, Siegfried, and
Stacy.
Lara stay doing.
I kind of want to go into Mange's room, or no, not Mange's room. Sorry, the room where he did where he was supposed to do an arcane check. I guess arcane lore check.
So you're gonna head back around to come up to this room.
Go up here, and then
Yeah.
Yeah. So you head back down, come up, and see that room. So you're gonna explore anything else.
And I'm just gonna do an arcane lore check there.
Alright. Your arcane lore.
Oh, nice.
Damn. Animal lore. Wait.
Yeah, that's not arcane lore.
10,000 dubs.
He finds that this room used to hold dogs. The ones that have been barking this whole time.
Still in that one. It's just
Okay, sorry, I meant to say, if I can gather info there, or if that's only for like humanoid creatures.
It's like, you still open that one, and if you don't have the lore, it's still just intelligence. Yeah, you look around, you can tell there's definitely like a kind of like researching room, like somewhere off away from the rest of the house, where you can kind of do your research in quiet. There's like paper on the desk, fairly like half rotted away and not really legible anymore.
I guess that's it, and I guess I'm just gonna take the room beside the third stairways, number 3.
So, yeah, just plop yourself in the room that you want.
I think he means this one.
Yeah.
Siegfried, Larstay, what about you two?
Right. I want to have a look at and see what's in this room that I'm in.
As you look in, you see like fairly nice, like kind of waiting drawing room kind of thing. Like there's a piano there, and some chairs around, and you see like a very nice looking curtain kind of separating off the room.
So that is like that whole entire thing is the room.
Yeah, it's all technically one room, but there's a curtain dividing it.
Well, I know what room the fucking elf is gonna take.
Siegfried's gonna check this room next to the one Laraste's in.
Yeah, I'm also going to just like peek my head out and just shout across down the hallway. I claim this room.
Mange don't care!
I will kill you if you come in here.
Mange don't care!
You see, this seems like it was like a personal shrine kind of thing. There's candles and there's small figurines. Seems to be like a small shrine dedicated to Ulrich,
Huh.
who is the Empire god of war and winter.
Alright, my room.
Huh?
And, yeah, so bed and everything else in here pretty basic.
Yeah, the rest, it seems like a fairly basic and like Spartan room, not really a whole lot else. Although you do also see a small room here that seems to have like a supply room. Although that has also been ransacked. There's like empty sacks and everything scattered around in it.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna... When I'm back downstairs, I'm actually gonna take a couple of the cleavers and put them in the supply room.
You're gonna heave them upstairs. It's like they're smaller, but they're heavier than your greatsword.
They're denser.
Yeah,
What about the first one from the one I killed in the hall? Is it same deal?
All of the orcs had similar weapons, even if they had their own variations to them. But yeah, orcs more make weapons to have big things to hit things with. They don't really have them nicely balanced and everything. But it's big lumps of metal to smack.
I might just put one up here.
Bring
Gotta
one
start a collection of potential weapons somewhere. This one's will just be more of a souvenir.
Yeah, the fucking ears are just the competition with fucking Mange. Meanwhile, your own personal collection is just weapons.
Yep.
And after a bit, Rowan has finished setting up his little arcane room.
Yes. Perfect. I think Mange is gonna join him in a bit, so he's gonna go ahead and wait for him.
Yeah, Mange comes downstairs after he's done like doing the carving and marking his territory. Chad is like, you should make some armor out of the ears.
Yeah, so you
We'll
show
start
up.
with a necklace.
Rowan will go ahead and as soon as he enters, just like, shut the door. I got something to show you.
Mange attempts to shut the completely broken door.
Yeah, you shut the door and it swings open again a little bit.
Mange just sort of kicks it again.
You eventually just kind of push something against it to hold it open. Hold it closed even.
Take the fucking chair that you had.
Perfect. All right. Check this shit out. Rowan is gonna go ahead and he's going to empty out the one
There
piece
no
of warp
shit here.
stone.
Shit in other room.
He's gonna empty out the one piece of warp stone in the middle of the ritual shrine thing, and then also he's going to grab his new shit chalice, take it like, just drop it in there,
Yeah.
and with that he's gonna start flipping through his spell book and start reading some arcane as he's going to commit to the ritual led to gold. All right, and it is a arcane lore with will, you said, correct?
No,
Okay.
we'll arcane lore.
Will arcane lore. So here with a -1. I'm gonna use my reroll for that. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh no.
Can Mange have assisted
Tentacles
him
everywhere.
with it in some way?
You're not really a magic user.
Well, yeah, I
fuck.
need preparing shit.
And assisting, you can, like, give him a +1. You can't...
This isn't helping.
Can I give him a -1 at least?
It doesn't help, he still rolled a 20.
Kick him in the dick. Oh.
Yeah, pluses or minuses don't matter when you want a nat
Oh
1
boy,
or a
this is
nat.
a great start,
This is
isn't it?
this is two nat 20s. Fucking hell.
Yeah, so you
Would
place...
be great if it was D&D.
So you, like, place the weird stone down and put the chalice next to it and start, like, doing a whole string of arcane gestures. You start performing the ritual. And partway through you see the weird stone starts to, start to glow and, like, kind of bounce around, kind of like if you put popcorn in the microwave. It's like hop around, and the chalice starts to glow, so it goes red and then white, and then there's a flash, and it clears you have to look down to see several shards of like seemingly gold embedded in you. As you both take 2 damage. Several shards of metal just embedded themselves in you.
Whoa, Mange is just like, what the fuck, dude?
You see the weird stone shard as well is gone.
Mange says, that was not insured. Mange not owe you more.
Would that have created quite a bit of noise?
Yeah, you guys all heard a loud bang from downstairs.
There's still
And then the
chair
shouting of
blocking
me.
the door too.
Yeah, there's a chair leaning up against the door.
I stretch and head on over.
Mange takes the chair from the door, picks it up, and is prepared to swing at Rowan.
Alright, roll your attack.
Alright, it's a fucking... I'm just gonna roll axe, but it's fucking improvised weapon damage, right? So...
Yeah.
13... And plus strength. Would it be plus strength?
Yeah.
4 damage.
Oh, actually 13 doesn't hit. It's AC's 14. How is AC 14?
I attempt to swing at
Oh,
him, my
heavy
fingers slip, and I throw it over his head.
Goes and smashes against the wall. At that point, Larastay and Siegfried kind of shoulder open the door.
Mange never check this shit again.
What is going down? What's going on down here?
Oh, we've actually lost Rowan.
Yeah, his internet
It crashed his internet.
Yeah.
Mange has now officially just killed Rowan. Just beat him to death with a chair.
Just like, as everyone else comes in, Maine's just like,
Man, make sparkly thing happen. It hurt.
and he just points at some of the shards in him.
Oh.
That makes you want to beat him up, right?
Already through chair.
Alright, that's good enough.
Well, who do you... What is this magical fuckery? I don't know, did something blow up? Did he test an attack on you?
Mage don't know.
Alright, now I think we should actually wait for Rowan to get back to explain himself.
Why are you hanging out with the guy doing the spookiness?
Didn't know was spooky. Until shards.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Oh, live and learn.
Yeah. Live and learn!
That is a decent place.
Moving at the edge of tomorrow!
It is a decent place to finish up the session, regardless. As Rowan royally screws up the first wave stone ritual of the game.
Well, now it can only get better, right? Right?
Sure.
Thanks for watching! Now you gotta do that thing with the thumbs up and the subscribe. Oh, and ding that bell super hard! Share this with your friends too, and watch some other videos as well! Bye-bye!